Chickadee Chanka, how's it going everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you lads and lasses out there. How's it all going everyone? Crikey man, what the fuck? What is going on in the world at the moment? Anyway, look, this is such a 2020 signing. Let's just get on and talk about the main news then, guys. By the way, shout out Jim Joe Bobley, Mr. Justice, Bruno Kovacevic, Mr. Edwards, Waka Sakram, Osman Pasha, Batman Nightfan, Plymouth, Waka Sakram, Sean Porter and Codemeister. Thank you everyone else as well who's getting in here in the live chat. What the hell do you guys think about this one then? So, let's talk about the breaking news, folks. Do us a favour, smash that thumbs up button if you're just getting in here on the new stream. Mohamed Bouhassi, the reporter, the French reporter here for RMC Sport, BFM TV, whoever the hell these people are. But anyway, he's obviously a very well-respected journalist. He breaks a lot of these stories and a lot of these signings and transfers. And he has tweeted out at 6:49 today saying Edinson Cavani will sign a 2-year contract with Manchester United tomorrow. He will travel to Manchester on the night and medicals tomorrow. Contract until June 2022. He will play against PSG on October the 20th. What in the actual fuck is this all about, guys? Anyway, fair enough, this is mental. We've signed Edinson Cavani or it looks like we're signing Edinson Cavani. Look, there's still medicals. From what we understand, though, the personal terms and all that sort of stuff have been agreed here. He's obviously a free agent after leaving PSG, where he was at for 7 years. And I think he was their all-time leading goal scorer there, unless I'm mistaken. And look, we want options up front. We need options in attack. Odi and Agalos looked a little bit off the ball lately anyway. He did have a good impact when he came in previously. But realistically, Martial's our only real sort of proper gun up top there. We need a bit more in terms of firepower. And Edinson Cavani, he definitely provides you that. But this is literally a panic buy, my friends. This is such a bloody Ed Woodward potato head freaking panic buy. You've got this twat over here, Ed Woodward, the potato himself, and he is just panicking. He's panicking, that's all he's doing. He knows how we can generate some shirts, we can sign a big name, we can appease the fans, we can do this, we can do that. So they're bringing Edinson Cavani. This is a proper paper over the crack signing. We're talking about trying to get signings for the future that fit the ethos and the philosophy of what we're trying to do. Younger, hungrier players, people ready to take the step up, people fighting for the shirt. And we're going to go and end up getting this bloody mercenary. That's what's going to happen because he's just coming for the money. He even turned us down in January because we didn't offer him enough money. I mean, come on. I personally think this guy is not the answer, but in the short term, I'm not going to lie and say that he's not a good striker. I'm not going to say that he doesn't bang the goals in. I'm not going to say that he's going to be freaking useful to have, to be fair. But we could have surely done a little bit more business somewhere else in terms of future planning for a striker position, I think. But anyway, look, Edinson Cavani's coming into the side, it looks like, at this moment in time. There's still time for this deal to fall down, I guess. There is still time for this deal to fall apart. But from what we understand, everything's agreed. Fabrizio Romano has just come out and confirmed it 2 minutes ago. He has tweeted and said, Man United are closing on Edinson Cavani deal. Terms agreed, personal terms agreed until 2022. Last details to be sorted about agents' fees, brackets, huge amount, 10 million euros asked. Pfft. Then the deal will be done. Hashtag MUFC, see Cavani as great opportunity. Here we go, expected soon. No to Luka Jovic. Oh my days, so Manchester United are actually signing Edinson Cavani, it looks like. Edinson Cavani. Edinson Cavani. Cavani. 33-year-old, nearly 34-year-old Edinson Cavani. Edinson Cavani, lads and lasses. That's who we're signing. I find that absolutely mental. After all this transfer window, what we've been trying to do and getting the right players and going here, going there, you're going to tell me we're going to rock up last day of the bloody window and sign mercenary over-the-hill minge bag Edinson Cavani? Is that what you're telling me? I'm not liking this transfer, guys. I'm going to be honest. I think this is kind of stupid. How much money are the fees involved? 10 million asked, and we're supposed to be getting this Edinson Cavani deal done. We're fanning around over 8 million for a 27-year-old Alex Tellez, man. I mean, we are absolutely melts in the transfer window. Eddie Woodward, he's a human potato, guys. I keep telling you, this is such a potato deal. This is literally just a paper over the cracks deal. Okay, actually, you know what? he'll get you goals. He will get you goals. So I shouldn't really complain. Because he's a good player, and I'd rather have him, I guess, than not have him, especially in this shit window where we haven't signed players. But I just feel like, God, I thought we were just focusing on Tellez and just focusing on Sancho. I didn't realise that we could sign other players in this window. If that's the case, why the bloody hell have we not signed a centre-back? Why the frickin' hell is Upamecano not already a player at Manchester United? It makes no sense. Yeah, he's a free transfer, I get it. You know what? It's a bargain signing because you only have to pay a little signing-on fee to Edinson Cavani, a little signing-on fee comparatively to transfer fees to his agent, and then you bang him on what? I don't know how much, 200 and there's some reports 260, 220k a week, 300k a week some reports, but somewhere in that region. And then that's it. You can sell a shitload of shirts. It opens up this whole other market globally in terms of Uruguay, obviously because he's a massive player, massive name over there. Just that whole South American market. Like literally, it's a commercial deal from Manchester United here. This is like the Radamel Falcao deal. Remember what happened like Radamel Falcao? Remember what happened then? When we got that guy in, I was like, yes, Radamel Falcao. Radamel Falcao. Go on, Radamel Falcao. This guy's one of the best strikers in the world. Because he was. He bloody was. But was he the best in the world for United? No. Because he only came for the bloody money. He only came for the bloody money, my friends. He didn't come to actually try and challenge at United and play for that red shirt. He only came for the bloody money. And I see this as being a proper Falcao-esque signing from that potato boy, Eddie Woody. You know what I mean? There's over 100 of you guys tuning in right now. Please do us a massive favour and smash that like button. If you haven't smashed the like button, what are you even doing? Smash that like button, lads and lasses. Also, get involved in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Lee Lim, Seaborn Gracias, great to see you, my friend. Waka Sapran, Osman Pasha, Stephen Barrett, Jonathan Gallagher. Plymouth, everyone, it's great to have you in here. So I'm just a little bit disgusted and annoyed at this deal. I think this is kind of like the wrong look for United right now. We should be getting a centre-back. We should be looking for the future. Look to the future. Ollie's only just begun. But unfortunately, it's not the case. Unfortunately, what we're doing is panic buying. Last day of the window, panic buying and jeopardising some of the development of the players at our football club as well. Because make no mistake about it, if we've got Edinson Cavani coming into the side and he's a big name on big money, then guess what? People like Mason Greenwood, he's not going to get those opportunities at striker that we're so desperate to see. People like, he's not going to play at right wing either, really, if Sancho's coming in. So what happens to Greenwood then? He's just going to be proper second fiddle all the time, or third fiddle in case of striking position. Prima Singh with a super chat. What's going on, Prima Singh? He comments, this club is killing me every day. Our incompetent board have somehow managed to lower their standards from Sancho to Cavani. I will tell every fan not to expect top four this season. I am absolutely boiling. Prima Singh, great comment there. Thank you so much for the super chat, Prima. Listen, man, I feel you. I mean, I personally do still think that Manchester United, surely we have to be going still after Sancho. Look, even if we get Cavani, surely we have to. If this is instead of Sancho, then this board wants absolutely sacking off. Honestly, if this is instead of Sancho, this is a disgrace. I don't even want to think about the possibility of it being instead of Sancho. But if this is instead of Sancho, that's an absolute disgrace. So you're right, Prima, if that happens, I hope it's not instead of Sancho. I mean, I think we'd all take, in this window, we'd take Cavani as a bonus. We were expecting Tellez, we're hoping and expecting Sancho. But if we got Cavani as well as those two, crikey, we're not going to complain about that. But if this is instead of Sancho, then it's an absolutely disgusting situation. If this is instead of Sancho, that would be just preposterous. I wouldn't even want to think about that. What, we're getting a nearly 34-year-old over the hill, probably still very, very good, obviously still very, very good, but getting over the hill soon. We're getting a mercenary and on massive money when we could be spending the money on Jadon as somebody who's going to play here for the next 12 years and pay himself back over that time in tenfold, probably. Well, not tenfold, but once, hopefully. And then Cavani, we're getting him instead. I don't even want to think about that, dude. So we're not thinking about that, Prima, but thank you so much for your super chat, Prima Singh. I cannot understand if that would be the case. It would make no sense. It would make no sense to get a striker instead of a winger now, unless you are just literally saying to 18-year-old Mason Greenwood, you are the man for me at right wing, which I think he's good enough, but it's a little bit too soon for the lad. You want to bring him on properly. You don't want to just throw him in at the deep end and have another Michael Owen situation. Dante with a comment here. How you doing, Dante, lad? You're a legend. He says, to be honest, I felt the same about Zlatan. Here for the money. I guess he's an upgrade on Igalo, but he should only be considered as a backup. Great shout there, Dante. In terms of, you brought up a very good point. It's not always bad when you get somebody who's older and experienced. I mean, Zlatan is a perfect example, but he's just kind of a freak, man. He's kind of a freak of nature, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a lunatic, my friend. My name is Zlatan. I am a lion, my friend. I'm not like normal human. He is a lunatic, man. He, physical specimen to say the least. Cavani's very physically gifted as well, to be perfectly honest with you, though. So, look, it's similar in terms of stature and quality and goals and abilities. It's also similar in ages. Zlatan was even older, wasn't he? But Falcao, I mean, look, Falcao was coming off an injury, I suppose, so it's slightly different, but he's still, it could either go one or two ways, couldn't it, Dan? It could go the Falcao way, in which case it's just a mercenary signing that does nothing for our football club, and yeah, he'll chip him with a couple of goals here and there, but ultimately it might be another Alexis Sanchez gash situation. Or it could go like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I see what you're saying. I mean, look, he's a class player. Edinson Cavani's a class player. I mean, look, let's have a little vote while we've got 184 of you legends tuning in, and smash that thumbs up button. Leave a little like on the video. If you haven't liked the video, that'll give us a boost up, so please do leave that thumbs up. And have a little vote in the live chat. If you're happy about this signing, if you're happy about the signing of Edinson Cavani to Manchester United, then smash that one in the chat, lads and lasses. Smash the one in the chat if you're happy with the signing of Edinson Cavani. Mick Whelan, what's going on? He says, I don't have anything against Cavani. We bought in Ibra and Henrik Larsson at 35, but we have to add Sancho. That's the thing. I want to just make it clear, if this is instead of Sancho, it's a shit, disgraceful piece of business. If this is as well as Sancho, then it's actually a pretty good bonus bit of business. And like Dante says, if it's in a backup capacity, if he's not just taking the mantle off of Tony Martial, because that would be wrong, I think, then that would be pretty awesome. But if it's instead of Sancho, and I don't know if Solskjaer's thinking, oh, you know what, we can actually play Martial wide because he's naturally there, been there anyway. We can play Cavani through the middle, and we can play Rashford on the wing as well. Then that could be the trident of penetration we're looking for. Then I think that's a disgrace, because we're supposed to be sticking with Tony Martial at number 9. What this is basically saying is, what the hell, man? Light flickering. Anyway, what this is basically saying is, you know, we're not gonna go for Sancho. We don't have the ambition there. We're just gonna get a short-term stopgap for a couple of years or a season, and not even actually address the issue. So there is a little bit of a worry creeping in for me, folks, that this might have an impact on the Sancho deal. I still don't think it will, because look, we have to get Jadon Sancho. It would be absolutely a joke if we don't get Jadon, or at least get very damn close and have another bite of the cherry. Fair enough if they want 150 million. It's not much we can really do right now. But it would be preposterous for us not to get some quality right winger in there as well. So even if it's not Jadon Sancho, but certainly Jadon Sancho is the man. Cavani, to me, on top of those guys, is a good signing. I don't want to be negative about signing a good player, because he is a good player. I just think it is a panic buy. I think he is a mercenary. He turned us down in January. He wanted more money. He's a mercenary. He was going to go out to Atletico Madrid or some shit till that fell through. So he's just trying to squeeze as much money out of whoever will have him, basically. He's not like he really wants to play for United, I don't think. It reminds me of a Falcao. It reminds me of a Di Maria. It reminds me of a Sanchez. That's the problem. Snake FC as well. He used to play for Snake FC over in Paris. You know what I mean? So if he's playing for Snake FC alongside that Dobby Little Melter Di Maria, then, you know, I don't know about him. I think maybe he's not the right guy for me. Plus, he used to play alongside Luis Suarez. He's best mates with Louis. What does that tell you? But anyway, look, he's a great player. Let's have a look at his stats here, guys. I've got his stats up quickly, and then we'll get into more breaking news here about Edinson Cavani, because it's all going on, lads and lasses. It's all kicking off. Smash that like button if you're just getting in. Get your thoughts and comments in. I'll dip in and out. Seaborn Gracias, thank you very much for the super chat here. He says, Pig, get Cavani on FIFA 21. If we sign him, I'm going to have to sign him, aren't I? I'm going to have to get him if we sign him, Seaborn. Thank you, Seaborn Gracias. I really appreciate that, dude. Tedson, how are you doing, Tedson Kabiru? He says, Cavani to me seems like a panic buy. It's an absolute panic buy all day long, my friends. It is. But not only a panic buy, it's not really a panic buy. Yeah, it's a panic buy. It's also a commercially good deal for Woodward and Co. It is. That's what they look at, these guys. That's why they got Donny in, because it's a commercially viable deal. Is that their assets not going down for a decade? They're only going to increase the value of their asset, and he's a good player, and he's young and Dutch, and it's got that, opens up that whole market again. Same thing with this guy, Edinson Cavani, coming in, Uruguayan international, absolutely famous as Fook in his homeland, and in South America, he's considered one of the best talents in the world over the last sort of decade, really, in terms of goal scoring coming out of there, really. So very, very talented player. But it's a commercial deal because they're just trying to sell the shirts. They're trying to get the big name in to improve that brand exposure, and basically try and tap into that South American market as well a little bit more. This is what they think about. And look, getting 10 million to an agent and then paying what? A couple of £100,000 a week to this guy is actually pretty good business when it opens up this whole market, and he's also a good player. So although it is a panic buy, I can't really argue with the financials behind it. We don't know them too much at the moment. We don't know if it's really down to the fact that there is a massive agent fee and stuff like that. We don't know the extent of it. I mean, we don't know how much it is and how much a Cavani is going to be paid at this moment in time. But if you actually think it's going to be 10 mil signing on fee for the agent, which sounds bloody ridiculous, that's what Fabrizio Romano is reporting right now, which may come down, and then there's going to be a signing on fee, probably a few million again, I don't know how much, for Edinson Cavani, and then obviously his wages and everything. Even then, it's a cheap deal. When you factor in United are going to go and sign 120 million euro Jadon Sancho, or trying to, then this one for nothing, and just a 10 million or 15, 20 million up front, say, even at worst case scenario. It's not the worst when you're going to generate all that commercial success from having him as part of your brand, because he's a massive player and a huge star in his own right. So yeah, that's a big factor. Joel Morris comments, Edinson Cavani, thank you for the super chat, Joel Morris. He comments, Edinson Cavani is good if it wasn't the amount of injuries he gets. Well, that's the thing, exactly. He is also, I mean, he is also a little bit injury prone. That's the worry. I mean, he is physically strong, but it's like Falcao when we got him after he was injured. Do you remember? But look, he's not as injury prone as some, at least. He's not as injury prone as some. Matt Rush says, fab tweet. Let me just take a little look at this. Thank you very, very much for this, Matty the Rush Meister. Okay, so a little bit more information in regards to Cavani. Cavani deal agreement reached on personal terms until 2022. Last details to be sorted out. Oh, sorry, I've actually reading the same thing here, I think. Never mind. But either way, it's just confirming the fact. More details about Edinson Cavani. Manchester United. Cavani and his... Oh, here we go. Cavani and his agents will be in the UK. Thank you very much, Matt. Will be in the UK to complete the arrangements tomorrow, the agreements and the agent's fee, which is believed to be 10 million euros asked. So 10 million euros, not 10 million pounds, but 10 million euros. Personal terms agreed until 2022, June 2022. So you're talking about just under a 2-year contract now with Edinson Cavani. So it is just a short-term fix, this one. And we're expecting the here we go tomorrow after the completed medicals. So there's the update from Fabrizio Romano. And it looks like that, this is from 8 minutes ago. Thank you so much for that, Matt Rush. It really does look like Edinson Cavani's going to be a wreck. It does. Edinson Cavani's going to sign for Manchester United if he passes that medical. That's madness. Jonathan Gallagher says, F sake Cavani. He's got absolutely angry emojis in there. I feel you, bro. I feel your anger. I feel your pain. But look, can we just look at it? Let's just look at it from this point of view, okay? Do you know what, Hadamare? Let me go up and see if I can find all your votes, because I want to just see who you voted for. Do it again, actually. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you are happy that Cavani is signing for Manchester United. I've lost all your comments. They were right up there. I meant to see the answers of it, and I didn't. I've missed it. So please do have a vote. Smash a 1 if you are happy that Cavani is signing in this contract. Kuma De Freitas is disgusted. Teden Mengi's not happy. FSHSS. What's going on? Batman Knifeman says 2. Jinjo Bobley, 2. Snapfilm Walk, how you doing, man? Joe Hadley, 1. Fretboard Stumbler, 1. Codemaster, not happy. James, not happy. Mank Jamie is. Lee Lim's not. Eric, oh, crikey, they're all pinging off. G-Wolf is. Venom Strauss is not. Powell Brick says no, too expensive. Vance Nano Veer says no. Connor says, Pig, is Cavani to United confirmed? Mate, I mean, it's not it's not done deal yet, but it's basically confirmed, mate. I mean, let's have a look at this. I mean, Mohamed Bouhafsi broke the news earlier on. He said Edinson Cavani will sign a 2-year contract with Manchester United tomorrow. He will travel to Manchester on the night and medicals tomorrow. Contract until June 2022. He will play against PSG on October the 20th, right? And then Fabrizio Romano backed it up and said this is 100% legit. He said Man United are closing on Edinson Cavani deal. Agreement's been reached on personal terms until 2022. The last details are to be sorted out between the agent and Manchester United. A huge amount being asked in the region of 10 million euros for the agent fees alone. And then the deal will be done. MUFC see Cavani as a great opportunity. Here we go, expected soon. So there you go. It looks like it's not a done deal yet. We don't say done deal until he's there holding the shirt. But agreed personal terms. There's no club to agree terms with. That's what's been shit about United's window this year. We've agreed personal terms with every single mofo this side of the Mississippi. But we have never actually agreed terms with the clubs, and that's the main thing. Cavani doesn't have a club. He obviously has this agent. He's obviously a free agent. So Manchester United can speak to him and we can get that deal done a lot quicker. So he is going to come in, guys, but this is a panic buy. I don't care what anybody says. It's a panic buy, and it's just a deal for Ed Woodward. It's an Ed Woodward commercial deal. He will absolutely make a bomb off of this deal. It's cheap money, man. 250k a week. Let's say it's that. I don't even think it will be that, but let's say he's on that. Because remember his age, he's not as in demand. People are not going to offer him as much money as they would have done a little while ago. So I'm thinking it's going to be 200 to 250k a week, somewhere around there. If they're paying that and they've only spent 10 or 15 million to bring him into the club, and he opens up that massive South American market again, and he's just a massive star, and he's a good player as well. It is actually, the more you think about it, this just makes general sense, doesn't it? It does kind of make sense, but not in a sense of holding players back like Martial and Greenwood, and it definitely doesn't make sense if it's instead of Jadon Sancho, because if instead of Jadon Sancho, then it's just completely counterproductive. Then it's just a complete panic buy, stopgap, short term, no future plan. If it's instead of Jadon Sancho, but if it's as well as Jadon Sancho, then it's actually a very shrewd move. I actually kind of coming around to it. I'm coming around to it. It is a panic buy, but what's the worst that can happen? He has a Falcao situation. I mean, look, at least we tried. I guess at least we're signing players. I guess at least it's good news. We've had the shittest window for a long time, and at least this is like, okay, we're getting a little bit of another option up there. We've got another option, another quality option. And I agree with what Dan Tay said earlier. As long as he's used in a backup capacity and he doesn't take the mantle or steal the mantle off of Tony Martial, and as long as he's not instead of Sancho, then he's actually a really good addition because he's experienced. He can help out the younger players in the squad. He can also provide goals. He is a natural born goal scorer, my friends. Let's have a look at his statistics over his career. So I've got his international stats here for Uruguay. He's played 116 times for Uruguay, 50 goals. I mean, very, very impressive statistics. Uruguay are a good side, and they always do quite well in the big tournaments, actually, especially recently, fall on and on. They've had a resurgence, players like Luis Suarez, and of course this guy. They're massive stars. They're great players. They're world stars. They've always produced really good talent, Uruguay, so he's no different. They're like a proper underdog that punches way above their weight, aren't they, Uruguay? But they really do. And anyway, Cavani's just another example of that. 116 international caps for Uruguay, 50 goals. And then if you actually look at his statistics over his whole entire career as a player, I mean, they're so damn good. I mean, we're just going to analyse his last few seasons, actually, and see what's been going on. So in the French league this year just gone, in the 1920 season, he only played 14 times. He scored 4 goals, 2 assists. So winding down on his time at PSG, maybe there's injury issues and stuff like that in there that are hampering his appearances and his opportunities. And then if you look the season before, he started 21 times in the league for PSG, and he scored 18 goals and got 6 assists. So that's a contribution of 24 goals in 21 games. Pretty amazing. And then the season before that, in 32 appearances in League One, in 17-18 season, he got 28 goals and 7 assists in 32 games. The season before that in League One, he got 36 appearances, 35 goals and 4 assists. The season before that, for PSG, 32 appearances, 19 goals, 5 assists. The season before that for PSG, 35 appearances, 18 goals, 1 assist. So look, what does this tell you? The season before that, 30 appearances, 16 goals, 5 assists. Season before that, going into Serie A, For Napoli, 34 appearances, 29 goals, 3 assists. The season before that, for Napoli, 35 appearances, 23 goals, 1 assist. The season before that, 35 appearances, 26 goals, 5 assists. I can go on and on. I'm not going to go on and on. He's consistent as folk. He's scoring goals galore. He's scoring nearly a goal every bloody game, this guy, if you actually look at his statistics. Okay, the last season wasn't good. That's a worry. You're winding down on your career. He's never going to be as good at 34 as he is at 24 or 28, unless you're Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Maybe that's not true, actually. There's a lot of good players at 33, 34 still. I do think that actually the way modern sports science and stuff has gone on and how professional these players are these days, 34 is more like your new 30. Like back in the day when you were getting to 30 in the 90s, Steve Bruce getting to 30 or whatever, it's like the old knees are starting to creak. But they've got all these marvellous revelations in medicine these days, and they can do all sorts of stuff. So these players are having longer and longer careers. So maybe, just maybe, he could still recapture that form. He still did play 14 times and still did contribute 6 goals last season for PSG. But those stats are damn impressive. I just wanted to highlight the fact that he is obviously an absolutely ridiculously good player. And we are getting a good player, but it is a panic buy. Mr. Edwards says Troy Deeney's over Cavani. By the way, check out this new mug, by the way. Shout out to John from the United Way for coming up with this design. I don't know if you can see this. This is absolutely sick. Oh no, the green screen. You can't see it because there's a bit of green on it. But these are like power bars. Anyway, it's the pig, yeah, versus Mr. Potato Head Woodward in Old Trafford Stadium. Awesome, guys. Yeah, absolutely sick. Keep a lookout for that because... Oh shit, Kayam says you missed 3 super chats. Guys, I'm sorry, I was looking on the stats page. Let me have a look at these super chats. Thank you, Kayam, for reminding me there. I'm going to go back up and find out. Thank you, Kayam, dude. But yeah, watch this space in regards to some mugs and stuff like that. We've got a little bit of an idea for you guys, so keep a lookout. Let me go back up, guys. Sorry, I'm going to have to open up this other page and have a look. But if you're just getting in here, folks, please do smash that like button on the video. Get involved with the community on the channel as well. Let me know in the live comment section what you guys think about Edinson Cavani potentially coming to United tomorrow. It's absolutely mad. This is mad. This is mental. Edinson Cavani coming to Manchester United. You what? I can't believe it. It's mad. I mean, I never saw this one coming, I'm not going to lie. We've been fanning around all window linked with this player, that player, this player, that player. I never saw Edinson Cavani coming. So this, to me, is absolutely nuts on a stick, my friends. This is nuts on a stick. Okay, then, we've got a super chat here from Kicking a Blue. Thank you, Kicking a Blue. Sorry I missed your super chat. Ellie, thank you so much. He says, you missed Sandeep's super chat, you muppet. Thank you so much, Ellie. Ryan Berberspin9 says... Pig Sandeep super chat and Rush says Fabrizio. Ryan Berberspin 9, thank you so much for your super chat. Joel Morris says Edinson Cavani. If it wasn't for the amount, hold on, let me read this. Seaborn Gracia says if it wasn't for the amount, no. Hold on. Sandeep Barra says such a potato head panic buy. Sandy, thank you so much, guys. I missed these. I apologise. Such a potato head panic buy. We don't even play to his strengths. We don't cross the ball. Such a terrible signing. Hey, fair play. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, we don't cross the ball. I mean, that's the thing. You've got to feed him. We just looked at his statistics there, and although his assists are decent, he's not going to really be provided. He's not a creator for other people, really. He's got okay assists, don't get me wrong. I mean, over his whole career, let's have a look at this. 341 goals in 556 overall appearances, 65 assists. So 341 goals to 65 assists. So that tells the story. He is an out-and-out goal scorer. He is not going to be your assist provider. You need to provide him with the opportunities to score, and then he will score. So I agree with you, Sandeep, mate. Sandeep, Prima Singh, Seaborn Gracias, Joel Morris, Ryan Berberspin 9, Ellie, Kicking a Blue. Thank you very, very much for all your super chats there, Lantern Nassers. Yeah, okay then. Let's just get into the regular comment section from everybody who's not sitting on a cushion. Reiko Eddie says he is a good player from a Chelsea fan. He's definitely a good player. I mean, we've looked at his stats there. He's absolutely monumental. I mean, you can't deny those stats. Those are the stats of a world-class player. World class. Now, okay, you can argue maybe that PSG, the French Farmers League, it's a little bit of an easier league to maybe rack up that amount of goals compared to some of the other leagues around European football, such as La Liga, the Premier League. Or you could not. It really depends. I mean, look, I definitely think the depth in the French league is just not there compared to some of the stronger leagues in Europe. It's still a good league. PSG is still a good team. They still got to the Champions League. And if you actually look at his Champions League appearances, because that's actually probably the stat you want to look at the most, because in all honesty, France is a bit of a farmers league and you are going to score a lot more goals over there. But then they used to say that about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and then he came over at 35 to Manchester United and he scored a whole bunch of goals too in the Premier League. So maybe not as much as he did in PSG, because it is more of a farmers league. But if you actually look at the Champions League then, so last season in the Champions League, he played 3 times, he got a goal. Season before that, 7 times, 2 goals, 2 assists. Season before that, 8 times, 7 goals, 1 assist. Season before that, 8 appearances, 7 goals, 1 assist. Season before that, 8 appearances, 8 goals, 1 assist. Season before that, 10 appearances in the Champions League, 2 goals. Champions League, 10 appearances, 6 goals. The season before, Champions League, 8 appearances, 4 goals. So no, he's a goal scorer against the elite as well. You know, you can't just say it's a farmers league. If you look at his stats, he's a goal scorer against all the elite. Plus, look, we all know about Edinson Cavani. We've seen him at World Cups for Uruguay. We know what a great player he is. 116 appearances for Uruguay, 50 goals. It tells the story. It tells you everything. He's a world-class player, but he's just at the tail end of his career. He's a 33-year-old, nearly 34-year-old mercenary. You know, if we wanted to send a crack team of hotshots into a jungle to fight the Predator or something like that, I might call in this guy. I might want this mercenary Cavani, you know what I mean? But, you know, get him a minigun, you know, but not playing, not right now. I don't think it's the right fit for United, but there you go. It is what it is, guys. It looks like we're getting Edinson Cavani. I think it's a panic buy all over the place. It's just a commercial deal for anybody would to get obviously some money in at Manchester United. Opens up that South American market. Very commercial. Good player as well, will score as long as he's used as a backup. Look, the more I think about it, it's a shrewd bit of business, guys. It is. What do you want me to say? It's a shrewd bit of business. Mad Animal says, are you doing a marathon stream on deadline day, Pig? Absolutely, my friend. Yes, I will be. Monday's deadline day, yeah? I will be doing that. Hey, Nathan Tregoning. How you doing, Nathan Tregoning? He says, hope you and the fam are well, Pig. In 4:20 time in my house being child-free tonight. Got you on my TV tonight. Heads up at 72 inches at the mo. Massive. Bloody hell, mate. You can see all the imperfections then. That's not good. Well, either way, at least it's not Slabby Maguire. Crikey, otherwise it'd be like watching in 3D, mate. Anyway, if you're all watching, smash that like button. Get in here. G-Wolf, the floating vegetarian. Simon Bennett, G-Wolf, Manu Forever, Kayam, Adovitz, Jonathan Gallagher, Gregory Man United Barbados, Mangashu 911 GT, Snap Film Walk, RP0D, Man United Life for Brino. Oh my God, we rock hard. Mark V says, only if we get Sancho Tellez is a good... only if we get Sancho and Tellez, Cavani is a good signing. Teddy, thank you very, very much for your comment there. Sorry, not Ted, Mark Voot. Mark Voot says, only if we get Sancho and Tellez is Cavani a good signing. I totally agree with you. If it's instead of Cavani, it's just a proper panic buy, stupid short-term deal because they're tight-fisted and they don't want to spend the money at all. I'll tell you what this might do, though. It gives United a bit more of a bargaining chip or a stronger position maybe against Dortmund a little bit here. If you have actually got Cavani, then do you really need Sancho as much? Now, obviously you do, but you can just use him as a bargaining tool. Like to be fair, we've already got him, you know, we've got Cavani, we want to add Sancho, but, you know, we can wait a year until he's worth a little bit less. He's only got 2 years left on his contract. We'll wait, and maybe they'll just sell him. Do you know what I mean? So they can use that as a bargaining chip, I think, in this window. Ibrahim Shafiq says, Ed Woodward is a wally. Absolutely spot on, mate. John Anderson says, it's not, Pig, you're wrong, sir. In terms of a panic buy, you mean, John Anderson? Sorry, mate, I don't know, that was a little while ago you commented that. Martin Anderson says, what about Igalo then? Well, Igalo's going in January, isn't he? The thing is with Igalo, he's leaving Manchester United in January. The contract with Shanghai Shenhua ends in January. It's extended until then. So he'll just go back to Shanghai Shenhua, and Manchester United will have Edinson Cavani for the next 18 months, well, 22 months or whatever it is until June or July, 18 months, somewhere around there. It's not 18 months, it's 20 months. Either way, it's a 2-year contract, but it's not 2 years because it's only until June. So June 2022 basically is when the contract's been agreed to. That's what's being reported right now. It's a 2-year contract until then, but it's not quite 2 years. Yeah, John Anderson's pissed off. He's really not happy with the Glazers. I don't blame you, mate. Glazers out. Everybody, please hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. Let's get a wall. I want to see a fucking wall of Glazers out hashtags here, to be fair. Let's get a hashtag Glazers out. Look, to be fair, though, wouldn't you guys be happy with Sancho, with Cavani, if Sancho came in as well? That's a big if. Martin Edinson says, I prefer fucking Joe Linton. Oh my God. Gary Finnegan says, Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Oh my God, we work hard. Glazers out. Glazers out, says Quan Lee. Premont, Glazers out. John Anderson says, sorry, pig. Oh, no worries at all, dude. Martin Ellison. Kayam. Nathan Tregoning. Ezra. Otieno. John Anderson. Wakasakram. Joe Bobley. Wade on River. Batman Night Fan. Venom Strauss. Mark Vu. Stuart Keogh. Cristiano Ronaldo. Adovitz. Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. This is fun. This is fun. Anyway, thanks for that. That's exactly what I was looking for. Look at that. That's the fans. That is the fans. The fans of Manchester United. We have pure discontent for our board and the way that they do things. This is an Ed Woodward commercial signing. That's all it is. Radamel Falcao-esque. And remember what happened with Radamel Falcao? It was an absolute horror show, my friends. It didn't work out at all. It cost us a bit of money. This one's not going to cost us a lot of money because it's such a good commercial deal. That's why we're getting him. It ticks all the boxes. It's a bargain. We can make money from him. It's not much of a risk. Pitiful, really. Martin Ellison says, I think we should send Mr. Flying Pig to Ed's house. Well, it's this twat, mate. This twat, I've got him here, mate. I've got him hostage here. This is Ed Woodward, the human potato head that runs our football club. And he's an absolute little prat. Honestly, he does nothing. He's my mascot there, but he's kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like a voodoo potato. Kind of like a voodoo potato. Maybe I should start putting pins into it or something. I don't know. Anyway, Bishal Chakraborty, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing, Bishal? He comments, Cavani deal is an absolute crap. Nobody wants Cavani. Why are we paying over 200k a week? This is a disgrace. Mate, I'm with you. I do think it's pathetic at this stage. If you did get the other players in the window, then I could understand it on final deadline day. But I cannot understand not signing a centre-back. I cannot understand not signing these other positions in the team, not getting Tellez over the line yet. It's pathetic. I can't understand not getting these players over the line and getting the business wrapped up and done. Simple as that for me. It's kind of like counterproductive. You might as well get business done early in the window, but if you're just going to spunk it at the end on somebody who's nearly 34 and is just coming for the money, because I think he's just coming for the money. I don't think that Edinson Cavani's coming for any other reason than just for the money. But you have to remember this. Look, this is a quote from Get French Football News here on Twitter, which just says, in Edinson Cavani, Manchester United are getting an incredibly lovable human and footballer who will fight as hard as anyone in the squad. His efficacy in front of goal has efficiency, maybe. Anyway, in front of goal has long been questioned, and he needs a high volume of chances. But he is still PSG's top goal scorer of all time. So there you go. I mean, maybe a bit of an Andy Cole. Needs a lot of chances, but bangs them in. You need to create chances for him, though. That's the thing. You have to create chances for him. So it's all about the rest of the team being able to do that. Look, as long as he's Martial's backup, then I guess it's not really too much of an issue. If he's just going to come on and play in certain games and get us goals, then it's not really an issue, is it? Look at this, though. In January, Cavani rejected United as he wanted to transfer to Atletico Madrid. The transfer collapsed. Walter Guglielmoni, his agent and brother, then said to the media, quotes, this is a quote from the agent from Cavani. He said in January, if it were for more money, this is a direct quote from his agent, if it were for more money, he would have gone to England, Manchester or Chelsea. So there you go. That collapsed, but Manchester United weren't prepared to pay the money at that time for him. They're obviously asking a lot less money now, I guess. Otherwise, we still, well, who knows, actually. Maybe we still would do just as a panic buy situation, but they weren't prepared to pay the money for him, but they basically just said they would have gone. So it's not, the only reason they're coming is for money. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think Cavani's a mercenary signing. If you think he's only coming for the money. Let's have a little vote. If some of you actually think he's going to be coming for a proper go at being a player for United and representing United and wearing that red shirt and fighting his heart out. I mean, look, you can't really deny his attitude on the pitch. When you see him, he's got that bulldog mentality. You know, almost like a Carlos Tevez type player out there on the pitch. You know, really determined type sort of player that you see out there. And he's also not got that obviously shithouse streak that Carlos Tevez does to the same degree at all. Ellie with a super chat says, Dan's currently wearing long johns. He's only 38. Hey, long johns are spot on. It is getting nippy, you know. It's October time. I actually don't and never have ever owned a pair of long johns, but I want one. Or I want them. It's plural, isn't it? Long johns. Anyway. Daz Reynolds says, what is your starting 11 tomorrow, Pig? We will get into that, my friend. We will get into that on a preview video. Probably coming in the morning or something like that. We need to figure that out. Martin Ellison says he hasn't got the legs like Carlos. No, that's the thing. Not many people do. Carlos Tevez is an absolute bulldog, to be fair. He's a complete scumbag, but he's also a complete bulldog, I have to say. What a tenacious player he was back in the day. What a tenacious player. Other bit of interesting news which links to Cavani, just while we're on the topic of Cavani, and this is the only topic of the video really, but you know this Facundo Pellistri. Facu is his name. That's actually his shortened name, so that's going to be great to say. I'm going to be loving that. Have you heard of that Scottish martial art? It's called Facu. But anyway, no, he's called Facundo, but he's known as Facu. Or probably Facu, actually. It's probably just pronounced Facu. But anyway, principal agreement between official cap, that club, and Pellistri, for Facundo Pellistri, and Manchester United. Only details are missing. The player will finally not charge percentage of the transfer. Man United will make use of the termination clause. Facu is at home waiting for a call for a medical checkup that will take place today in Montevideo. So in Montevideo, there will be a medical for Facundo Pellistri, a.k.a. Facu, who will be coming to United, it looks like, as well. And he's this Uruguayan wonder kid. So, you know, it's interesting. It just links up a little bit with, of course, this guy, Cavani, because he's also a young... Well, he's also a Uruguayan player. That's the only link. But there's lots of people confirming this is done deal. It's not quite done yet, but it's pretty much done, it looks like. It looks like Cavani is going to be a red, folks. Looks like Cavani is going to be a red. Manchester United are closing on Edinson Cavani deal. Agreement reached on personal terms until 2022. Last details to be sorted out with the agents tomorrow. 10 million euros asked. Huge amount, but complete the agreement on agent's fee and then it'll be done. Personal terms, okay, until June 2022. So Man United agreed personal terms with Cavani. Here we go. Done deal. Expected tomorrow to finalise the agreement. Complete medicals and get it all done. So it's happening, guys. Edinson Cavani is coming to Manchester United. Right then, let's see what you lads and lasses think about this, because I think it's just absolutely disgraceful in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I kind of think as long as he's only going to be a backup and he's not taking the mantle off of Martial, and as long as he's not instead of Jadon Sancho, then I think it'll be okay, to be perfectly honest with you. Look at all these ones in the live chat. A lot of you people think that he's just coming for the money then, eh? Lots of ones in the live chat. Mark Vu, oh my god, re-rock hard. Rajon's not sure. Gary Finnegan. Zakir Koda Bokas thinks he's not coming for that. G-Wolf thinks he's coming to play football. Thank you, Ellie, for that, by the way, for that super chat. Joseph Adams, how you doing, Joseph Adams? He says, what's going on? What's going on, my friend? What's going on? United have lost their bloody minds. Cavani's coming to United tomorrow to sign for Manchester United. He's having his medicals. The terms are agreed. He's on his way basically tonight, and he's going to be announced as a Manchester United player tomorrow. 99% there now. It's, you know, Fabrizio's reported it. Everybody's reported it. The terms are agreed, the personal terms. It's just the agent fee that they're still negotiating over at the moment, and of course he needs to complete a medical. There's no club to agree personal terms with. Sorry, not personal terms. There's no club to agree transfer terms with. There's nothing like that. It's just the agent and the player. So it's all going to get done pretty quickly, this one. And of course, it is indeed, you know, that sort of transfer is indeed the end of the transfer window. So if we're going to get him in, we've got to get him in right now. Jamie Arnold says he's a PSG reject. That's what United do, though. That's what Ed Woodward does. He shops around in the reject bin. He just looks for players that have good commercial value. You've seen a lot of the signings we've made over the years. What was that Bastian Schweinsteiger signing all about? Remember that United had never had a German player before that? Do you remember that? I don't remember. I don't think we'd ever had a German player play for Manchester United before Bastian Schweinsteiger, right? Why do you think they signed Bastian Schweinsteiger? Big player on big money, available. Why did we sign him? It's commercially. That's the only reason at all, because we didn't even play him. Bastian Schweinsteiger is one of the best midfielders I've seen, actually. I think we should have played him. I think he would have been better for us than a lot of the shite we had at the time. But we didn't play him. So why did we even sign him? It's just because he's a big name, I guess. It didn't make sense. He didn't even get played hardly at all. It was bizarre. So there you go. We like to collect a little big name here and there just to try and get that commercial enterprise, improve the brand exposure, all that good stuff. That's what we do. Cavani's a commercial signing which will open up a new market out there in South America for us. Buster Cherry says Schweinsteiger was signed to be Van Gaal's locker room snitch. I like it. Sanjay Nair says, if we had a director of football, this would never have happened. Ed wants to make the decisions. He wants to show his bosses that he's in control of the club. I agree, you're right. This wouldn't have happened if this was a proper football man, because we are owing to the fact that we're trying to do something different here with Solskjaer and United. We're not supposed to be going out there and getting these short-term panic buy type signings that are just a quick fix. We've tried that sort of thing, and it's not really good for us. We need to be planning and building for the future. So we should be signing the upper Mecanos of this world. I mean, is it really that much more money to improve the centre-back position and get Upper Meccano right now from Leipzig? Let's say they wanted 60 million for him, which I don't think they would want that much because he's got a release clause next summer for 45 million. But let's say they wanted 65 million then. Well, you sell a couple of the shite players, Diogo Dalot, Andreas Pereira, these guys are off the books. You generate a bit from Chris Smalling, Romero, whoever. You put that towards it, and then that's the difference between getting Cavani and getting Upper Meccano. And Upper Meccano is actually one for now and the future that would improve the key area of our team that struggles, rather than just getting somebody in here who's going to hopefully play back up to Martial. Because if he's coming in and taking Martial's spot, then I really am pissed off with this transfer. Because what good is that? That's not progression for the future. He's just halting the progression of our talents up there, including Mason Greenwood as well. So I think it's the wrong look. Pider says Igalo the same thing. Yeah, well, to a degree that is kind of true. I mean, we did need Igalo more so at the time. I think he was a panic buy, definitely, because we needed somebody. But at least he made a little bit more sense, I guess. At the time, this one's kind of like, well, we've got Igalo until the end of the window. We could sign a winger, which would basically relegate Mason Greenwood to being a sub in that position, which would also promote him to being the second in line for striker. So yeah, I've got a feeling that this is just a pure commercial deal for Ed Woodward and Man United to try and generate cash. Ruan Barnes says, I hope he gets 30 goals a season. Well, I hope he doesn't, because I know that sounds stupid, but if he does actually get 30 goals a season, then that means that Martial or Greenwood or whoever's supposed to be playing in number 9 is not getting the games. And this 34-year-old dinosaur is potentially going to stop the progression of these guys and halt the progression of them. So in a way, I hope he doesn't. I hope he gets 15 goals off the bench and in other games and chips in. I really, really do. But if he gets 30 goals, then that means United have done something wrong, man. And Solskjaer's done something wrong, in my opinion. You don't want to be putting your faith in Cavani right now. We need to be developing the next generation of player at United. We need to be getting Rashford and Martial and Greenwood the game time and experience to really nurture them and get them into really to being top quality players. If you sign a player like Cavani and stick him up top there and play him every single game, what's Martial doing? Okay, you've got more depth on the wings, you've got more depth in the striker positions, but he's not developing, he's not playing his trade, he's not getting the game time and the quality that he needs to be able to do the business. So I kind of just think it's a terrible signing if that's the case, but I can't see it being the case. All of this is a signing commercially and as a backup. He'll come in as a backup. He'll play a bunch of games. He'll probably do really well, actually, because he is a good player if he stays fit. He'll probably do pretty well, and they'll rake in the cash. And even if he doesn't play well and he doesn't play much, they still rake in the cash, and it doesn't matter at all because they still got Martial and Greenwood and these guys here. If it's instead of Sancho, then it's an absolute bloody disgrace. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time on this United channel, then get involved. Smash that subscribe button. Click the bell icon to be notified when we post live. Smash that like button on the video as well. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up and get your thoughts in. If you're new around here, I want to hear from you. Daz Milton Town Brother says, holy shit, we are the laughing stock of the football world. Jono Denton says, Cavani is the Zimmer frame of Sancho. Cavani is the Zimmer frame of Sancho. Bob 90347 says, he is a dinosaur and look what happened to them. Exactly, my friends. Extinct, my friends. They got mashed up by Jeff Goldblum, mate, didn't they? It didn't work out too well for them. Moses Bozier says United losing direction under Edward. Yeah, I mean, losing direction. Crikey, we lost that direction a long time ago under Edward because he's blind. He's directionless. He's the captain of the Titanic here, really, and the Glazers of the iceberg. And the two meet, and we're going to sink, man. We're going to sink. Never let go, Jack. Never let go. But that's what we that's what we don't want to do. We want to make sure that Manchester United are preparing for the future, preparing for the next few years, not just looking at this short-term period. Oh, get a 34-year-old melter in who's a mercenary to try and come in and sell some shirts and score a few goals. That's not the right mentality. The mentality should actually be to get these players in that are going to grow and be quality players into the future. Just let's have a look at the two clubs that have signed strikers so far. That, if we do sign Edinson Cavani, that we want to talk about, compare ourselves to. Let's just use Chelsea. I'm not even talking about all the other signings that they made, all the other players that they've signed in this window, which is a preposterous amount of money. I'm talking about the striker that they've signed. They signed Timo Werner, who was one of the hottest properties in European football, 23-year-old striker, doing the goals, his goal strike rate at Leipzig, absolutely phenomenal, unbelievable, ridiculous stats. Now, I look at him and I think, God, he could be Chelsea's number 9. He could be Chelsea's goal scorer for the next decade. I look at him and say he's going to be their goal scorer for the next decade. He might not be. Things could happen. Injury problem here. Somebody gets someone better. Who knows? Doesn't work out. Lots of things can happen. But more than likely, he's going to do all right. And more than likely, he's going to be their goal scorer for the next 10 years. Now, if he can get to the levels of, your Lewandowski's or your Cavani's a few years ago of this world is another question. But we'll see. Whereas I look at the Cavani deal and I think that's the opposite of that. That's the opposite of planning for the future. That's the opposite of having that position nailed on down. That's the opposite of that. It's just panicking. It's panicking and a short-term fix. Papering over the cracks, sticking a band-aid on it, whatever you want to call it, and it's pathetic. It's disgusting by our board that they actually have the bottle to get this player in when they could have got a centre-back in, they could have got some business done in other positions of the team which need strengthening more. It's just literally a commercial panic buy from these twats. The Glazers, it's no surprise. We have this guy in charge. We have Eddie Woody Woodward, the human potato, in charge, man. The only good thing he's for is making chips. That's the only bloody good thing that Ed Woodward's actually capable of. Everything else, don't even ask him, because he clearly isn't a football man. He clearly can't get the balance right. He can't even get the finances right, if you ask me, when you look at what we've played and what we've paid for players and the wage structure we've had over the last few with twats like Alexis Sanchez getting $500,000 a week and paying huge money for Slabby Maguire and stuff like that. He's not even been great financially. Maybe commercially whoring us out to whatever noodle company or whatever car company will splatter their badge across our shirt, for the highest bidder. But other than that, I don't really see him, what he brings to the table at all. So that really is the biggest issue at this football club, and it's no surprise that this is the sort of signing we're ending up with, the panic buy on transfer deadline day. Because of the history of this man, the history of the board, the history of how we've done our business over the last few years is shit. It's a commercial entity to get into the football club and then to do what exactly? What's Cavani going to do? Okay, he might score a few goals here and there, but he's only going to hinder other players' development in the team. And if it's instead of Sancho, then we've absolutely shat the bed, my friends. Andreas Hansen with a super chat says the board is setting up Ollie to fail. Certainly seems like it, Andreas. I mean, there's no other good explanation for not getting Sancho in earlier. There's no other good explanation for not having the Tellez deal wrapped up now and actually improving at the left-back position. There's no other good reason for not getting a centre-back in this window. Everyone's crying out for a centre-back. You know why? Because we basically got an ensemble of melt bags at the back there. Whether it's your Rojos, Chris Smalling's hopefully going out the door, but Smalling, Jones, Lindelof, these guys are all complete melt bags. They're not going to be consistent or quality enough for United coming up against the best teams in the Champions League, or even consistent enough to do it to challenge for the league title ever, I don't think. They're just not up to the level. So United needed to sign a centre-back in this window, but we haven't done. So Solskjaer's just got to use the same old shite that we've had going forward in this window, unless, look at Chelsea. They signed Thiago Silva this window. Now, that's a sort of old player. If we'd have got him, say, I could have gone, all right, that kind of makes sense, even though it's not great. It's just a quick fix for a season or two. And, in that position, we could do with somebody who's got actual quality and experience, to be fair. But it wasn't that. It's this guy up top, hindering the other lads, hindering Mason Greenwood, hindering Anthony Martial at number 9, possibly hindering the Sancho deal. So it doesn't make any sense to me in the slightest. But thank you for your super chat there, Andreas Hansen. Everybody, if you're watching right now, there's about 600 of you watching. Smash that thumbs up button. Leave the thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so already. Chuck a like on it and get your thoughts in. Becky Hope, how you doing, Becky? Anand Rajasekar says, this is a disgrace. I agree, Anand. Robert Blundell says, Andy Carroll's brother. I mean, look, let's look at it from both points of view, okay? Let's actually look at it from both points of view, because it is a disgrace that we've just panic bought this guy, and it looks like he's going to sign and maybe even potentially take the place of Sancho. I doubt that. We have to get Sancho or a right winger as well, but let's just say potentially do that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, guys. It doesn't really make a lot of sense why that would happen. Joshua Iwena says, how about Sancho issue? What's going on, Mr. Pig? I don't even want to talk about that, my friends. This is it, the Sancho issue. It does cause an issue with Jadon Sancho, because what does it mean? But if you look at it objectively with Cavani, this is what I was going to say. So, Cavani is obviously like a good player, but if you think about it, just on the facts of it, you look at his goals and what he scored and what he can bring to the table, it's kind of a good signing. No, it's not, because it's going to hinder people in the squad's development. It's also worrying if it's an alternative to Sancho. But when you actually look at the stats and think, oh, okay, to have him around the football club, a 33-year-old, nearly 34-year-old world-class striker, maybe a year or two ago, hopefully still is. That's the thing, it's a gamble. He will chip in with goals. He will come on in games, and he will do things, hopefully, that you would expect him to do, which is score and contribute. Now, you have to provide for him. You have to give him. He's that type of player. You have to create the chances for him. But if you are able to do that, he should score you goals. So as long as they've just done this in the wrong order. If this was actually a proper transfer window from a football club that knew how to do business in the window and were prepared to prepare and get the deals done early, then you would actually see people like, you see Sancho coming in at the start of the window. They would have been able to get those negotiations done. You'd have seen Alex Telles wrapped up ages ago. And then maybe you get Cavani at end of the window and everybody's like, oh, nice. Well, we got Sancho. We got Telles. We got Donny van der Beek. Cavani, we'll take Cavani. You know, he's old as Fook. He's a mercenary, but he might chip in with a few goals. Everybody would have taken him. But because they've done this now, because we're talking about getting Edinson Cavani at this stage when Sancho's not in yet and Alex Telles isn't in, and they're on about bloody maybe signing in pre-contract terms in January for next bloody summer now. It makes you feel sick to the stomach that this Cavani signing signed. This is just a panic signing. I mean, what is this signing? This doesn't appease the fans. It doesn't give the fans confidence. We'd all be buzzing our tits off if it was a good signing. But if you actually look at the live chat, yeah, some people are saying he's a great player, which he is, but it smacks of Radamel Falcao. It's not Zlatan. Zlatan's a different kind of animal. He's an unbelievable specimen of a human being. He's a wonderful technician, but he's absolutely a wonderful specimen. Cavani, I'm just not convinced that he can even do it to the same level that he can a year or two ago. We'll see how he does. I really hope that he does have a good time with us, because it looks like we're going to get him. It looks like we're basically stuck with him. So just to let you guys know, if you're just getting in here, folks, let me just give you the update of what's going on, because there's a bunch of you stopping by. Sergio Cuevas, David Okello David, Paddy ZA, Bloody Pratt, Marco, PH Vids, Matt Rush, Batman Nightfam, Joel and Gunga, Craven Moorhead, and David Whitford. Thank you everyone for getting in here. Smash that thumbs up button on the video, and I'll just give you a quick rundown of what's going on if you've missed it. So, Edinson Cavani will sign a 2-year contract with Manchester United tomorrow. He will travel to Manchester United on the night this evening and medicals tomorrow. Contract until June 2022. He will play against PSG on October the 20th. Fabrizio Romano backing this up a little while ago, saying Manchester United are closing on Edinson Cavani deal. Agreement reached on personal terms until 2022. Last details to be sorted out about agent's fee. Huge amount. 10 million euros asked. Then the deal will be done. Hashtag MUFC. See Cavani as a great opportunity. Great opportunity. Here we go, expected soon. It's a great opportunity because it opens up that South American market. It's a great opportunity because they can flog shirts that have bloody Cavani on the back to God knows who know what, from Montevideo to the Mississippi and back to Manchester again. That's why it's a great bloody deal. It's not a great bloody deal because he's going to add a whole lot to our football team. If anything, it's a hindrance of a deal because it's going to stop Mason getting the game time. It's going to stop Martial getting as much game time. And I understand that Garlo's going, and we need somebody to come in and cover there. But a 33, nearly 34-year-old mercenary, guys. He's a mercenary. He's a mercenary. If he wanted to come to United so much, he wouldn't have come. He would have come in January. But no, he had to talk to Atletico Madrid. Look, here's the reports here, guys. In January, Cavani rejected Manchester United in January because he wanted a transfer to Atletico Madrid. The transfer collapsed to Atletico Madrid, probably because him and his bloody poxy agent probably asking for too much bloody money again. Walter Guglielmi, his agent and brother, then said to the media at the time, quotes, if it were for money, he would have gone to England, Manchester or Chelsea. So if it were for money, he would have gone to England, Manchester or Chelsea. So, you know, it's blatantly for money. That's why that transfer broke down at Atletico Madrid there. And it's blatantly for money. It's blatantly for money. He would just go wherever he wants to go, in my opinion, you know. So he may say that, but I think it's blatantly for money, that one. He's coming here for the money. That's all he is. He's a mercenary, lads and lasses. He's going to hold that Facundo. He's going to hold Facu Palistri is the young lad we're signing, who's Uruguayan as well. He's going to hold his hand. That's what it's all about as well. Probably not. But even so, he's coming in as well. We're looking to agree to a deal with this young lad. So then, what do you guys think about it then? We've got a super chat here from Stephen Y. Thank you, Stephen TY, for getting in here with your super chat, Stephen. Let me give you a comment and read out, bud. He comments, October 6th, Oni gives everybody a middle finger and walks out before he got sacked and ruined his whole career. Such a disgrace to a manager and fans. Dude, October 6th, Oni gives everybody a middle finger and walks out before he gets sacked and ruined his whole career. Such a disgrace to a manager and fans. Can you imagine that? That's not going to happen, Stephen TY, but can you actually imagine that? If we don't get the players that he wants in this window, imagine that if he just says, I'm done, I'm going to walk away. Don't want any compensation. I love the club. I'm going. I'm standing down because I don't feel like my position was backed properly, and I'm going. Imagine if he actually did that. It's not going to happen to Stephen TY, but, you know, that would be pretty epic. I'd respect him to the hilt if he did that, but I'd also miss him immensely. I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. I just want him to succeed. He needs to be given the tools to succeed. At least try and back him in this window. That's the thing. Like, he'd done a good job on last season based on finishing third with a shit squad. If he actually had a good squad, who knows what he could do? We got some great scouts last season. We shone Pep Guardiola's bald head multiple times. We smashed up Frank Lampard's Chelsea multiple times. We did some good stuff last season. We didn't win anything, but we did finish third, which was a great achievement for such a shite squad, in my opinion. So I can't really say that his season last year was anything other than a good season at United. 3 semi-finals. Yeah, we didn't get to the final. It's shit that we didn't get a trophy. You know, United should be looking to win things. But he still had a good season, considering it's his first full season in charge. And we didn't get the players we needed last season either. Bruno didn't come in until January. Igalo didn't come in until January. They were signings to try and help us out then when we were absolutely desperate. But we were desperate in the summer last year, just like we're desperate in the summer now to get Sancho. And just how nice would it be to wake up, you know, at the start of the window one morning and find out you signed a few bloody players like Chelsea fans have. Chelsea fans must have been just loving this transfer window because all their business was wrapped up early. They signed a lot of players. They made moves. They made steps. They did what a club is supposed to do when they finish 30-odd points behind a team like Liverpool who won the title. If you're realistically ambitious and want to challenge for the title, you've got to try and close that gap, and you're not going to close that gap by signing Donny van de Beek, in my opinion. You have to spread it a bit more. You have to improve the weak areas of the team, such as that centre-back area and a whole bunch of other areas in United's team, if we're being brutally honest now. Right, let's get in your comments section then, folks, and see what you guys think. Sham7 says, Pig, I'm only happy because he scores goals in the box, and we need that, but the deal itself is a disgrace. Yeah, lots of money, it looks like, for an agent as well. Money that could have been better spent going towards a young quality centre-back, like an Upamecano or something like that. By the way, if you're just getting in here, check out this cut from United Way that he's made here. We've got some of these coming soon. They're pretty sick. We've got the Flying Pig versus Edward Woodward, the human potato. Shout out to John from the United Way on that one, mate. You're a top lad. Cheers for sending me that down as well, dude. Martin Ellison with a comment here. He says, feel like supporting FC United of Manchester. Well, that's exactly why it got set up, didn't it? Because the fans disheartened with the growing commercialisation and shithousery of the Glazers and the football club. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, I feel the same, but the only thing is, though, look, I mean, really, if you're not from Manchester, I guess in this day and age you could probably watch games online and stuff. But how are you supposed to support? The thing is, with United, it's a global club, isn't it? It's a global club, so that's why it's got such a passionate following around the world, because its history and tradition is absolutely amazing. It's got a stature globally in football that is almost second to none, really. Or it certainly should be second to none. That's what annoys me so much about us in the window and our lack of ability to bring players in. Is we should have the best power to bring players in, but we don't because of what we've done. Canton R7 says, love how far this channel has come, Big Lag. Big up. Big up to you, Canton R7. Thank you so much for the support over the years, mate, and being a long-time viewer. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you like you wouldn't know, Canton R7. Thank you. Elliot Baker comments, Woodward promised these days were behind us, signing old injury-prone players for extortionate wages. I am weeping for this deal. I hear you, Elliot. Yeah, exactly. Over the hill and far away. That's what they are. They're over the hill and far away, my friends. Like literally just mercenaries trying to extort money out the football club, coming for the money only. Martin Ellison says, not looking forward to deadline day. Me neither. Gavin Gould says, tell us deal off or what? Well, we're still in negotiations. We'd hope that Porto are going to crease a little bit. They're going to buckle and they will accept Manchester United's disgustingly low offer. That's what we're hoping. But there's every possibility United might wait it out until January and sign in pre-contract terms then for next summer. But we need him now. I can't imagine anybody would be happy about that if we don't get him now. What's paying 15 million euros to get him now a season earlier? It makes more... Look, it depends how you look at it. I think we need the player. I think we need the player. So it's worth spending the money. But from a financial point of view, which is all they look at, then maybe it makes sense to wait. Shadow Spider. How's it going, Shadow Spider? What's going on, man? Let me give your comment a read. He says 90% club. Oh, okay, so you think Sancho's coming 90%. Interesting. Sukrinalal Pasha comments, Cavani will keep us in top 4. I mean, there's also a bit of positivity in here. A bit of positivity looking for Edinson Cavani coming to the football club. He is a big star. If you look at his record, he scores a lot of goals. If he could recreate that form some of those seasons before the last one at Manchester United, then I would absolutely love it. But I'm just sceptical. I'm sceptical and also don't want him to. Anyway, somebody said earlier in the live chat, and I understand it, I hope he gets 30 goals. But if he gets 30 goals, that means somebody else like Tony or Greenwood or whoever is going to not get their opportunities. So it doesn't help us for the future. It might help us in the short term, but you can't have that short-minded mentality when you're talking about Manchester United. You got to be a little bit more smart here. You got to be thinking for the future. You got to be looking at getting more players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka in, more players like Bruno Fernandes in, 26-year-old Bruno Fernandes, 21-year-old Aaron Wan-Bissaka. These are the sorts of players you want to be bringing in, not a 34-year-old mercenary who's just coming for the cash. Andreas Hansen. How you doing, Andreas? Thank you again for your super chat, buddy. He comments and he says, player should pay the fee to his agent, not the club. Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, you're right. It should just be a percentage, man. I totally agree with you. You know, like in certain sports, obviously they have a sports agent and they get a percentage of the deal. And I'm sure that is the case also. But why the hell are we doing some sort of... Yeah, like you're right. They obviously have to talk to the football club and it's just it's an unarranged fee. It should just be a percentage. It should just be a standard percentage. But no, that would be too simple. That would be too easy to police. Do you know what I mean? If there was that. Mrs. P Cake Bandit's in the gaff. How's it going? How's it going, love? Stick your cake emojis in there for Mrs. P Cake Bandit like David Whitford has done. Great to see you. Sports fan 74 comments. Agents are hired by the player, so why are the clubs paying them fees? The player has bought their services. Yeah, you're spot on, really. It makes no sense, does it? Well, I don't really understand this whole modern football agent system that there is. It seems like it's just a complete cancerous mess, though. It seems like these football agents just take millions and millions and millions of pounds worth of football out of the industry of football. They just take it out of the industry. That's quite terrible, really, because they're not putting it back into the industry. At least when football clubs do business between each other, the money's going to within the industry. But all football agents do, in my opinion, is suck money out of the football world. That's all they really do. They don't actually put anything back into it. So I think you're right there. It's kind of a disgrace. Chic Canto comments, Yo Pig, you know Cavani is better than Martial in all ways. He has experience, good on both feet, a dribbler and an accurate shooting. I don't think he's better than him in all ways, no. Martial is, I think, much more better when it comes to, like, dribbling ability. Like, you know, like being more of a... I mean, actually, Cavani's pretty awesome, to be fair. But Martial, like... I'm talking assist, vision, and things like that. They're just different. They're different players. They're different players. They're not the same type of player at all. You know, Martial's more like your sort of more elegant mobile winger, and Cavani's more your sort of more bulldogish, more Tevez-esque type player. And I think that is absolutely spot on. But they're both fantastic. But I don't know about that. I think Martial will get you more assists and stuff like that. He's probably a lot less selfish. I know he's a lot less selfish, actually. Cavani's much more selfish, much more of an out-and-out goal scorer. So he will score goals. But I don't want him in there ahead of Martial. Come on, guys. Don't tell me you realistically want Edinson Cavani to go in there ahead of Anthony Martial. Is that what this fan base has got to? I know a lot of you don't. So let's have a vote then. Type the name of the player that you would rather start in Manchester United's number 9 position this season. Type the name of the player that you would rather see start in Manchester United's number 9 position this season. Cavani or Martial? Cavani, Martial, Greenwood, whoever it is. Type it. Elliot Baker says Martial. Cantona7 says Martial. I mean, you can't argue with Cavani's strike rate. Martial only got 17 from number 9 last year. But Martial says Gungshi. Hey Gungshi, how you doing, mate? Ryan Burberspin9 says Martial. Jonathan Gallagher says Martial over Cavani. Raja Bonti says Phil Jones. IRA Sonny says, big man, please, is there still anything for Tellez? Hope so, dude. I hope so. We're waiting to see. Let's see what happens between now and deadline. Ares YT says Martial. Rajon says George Mendes says... Oh, shit, your comment's gone. Greenwood. Martin Ellison says Tony Lad. Philip Chapman says Martial. Kayam says Martial. Nitesh says Greenwood. Look. No bastard saying Cavani here, guys. No bastard in my live chat is saying Cavani. I can't see one. Out of all the comments, they're all Martial. They're all Martial, or there's some Greenwoods there. There's nobody, not one person saying Edinson Cavani. Shit Canto, actually. He says Cavani anytime. Also, Daz Milton says Cavani. Fair play. Ray UK says Edinson Cavani, 100% for number 9. You see, the thing is, though, guys, the thing is with him is he's old. He's just gonna stop Martial being the potential future Cavani. If you want Martial to fulfill the potential of being the next Thierry Henry, which okay, I'm accepting that is a big ask, but that's what people used to say he was going to be. Now, if you want him to fulfill that potential, then he needs to get the games. He needs to score the goals. He needs to garner his skills. He needs to hone those skills. And if he's not going to get the opportunities to do that, if we're going to have some guy who's going to be thrown on the scrap heap in 2 years, come in and take his opportunities away from him, then that's only hindering the club in the long term. That's only hindering the club in the long term. So, not for me. It's not the sign that I want to see. Jonathan Gallagher says Cavani played in a Farmers League. There you go, Jonathan Gallagher as well. I mean, to be fair to Cavani, we did actually look at his stats. And when he was in Serie A, his goal rate was just as unbelievably impressive. And also, internationally, his goal rate's unbelievably impressive. But also, the key factor, really, in my opinion, is looking at the Champions League. His Champions League goal record is still very, very good. So he can do it. He's obviously a talent. He's a goal machine. He's an absolute goal machine. Nicholas Logan says Cavani is crap, Sancho is better. Mate, I don't even want to talk about the idea of him being a replacement instead or an alternative to Jadon Sancho. I don't even want to think about that. It's not a possibility for me. It's out of my realm. We have to get Jadon in. There's no good reason for not getting Jadon. It would be a sickener and it would make me vomit all over the place if we got Cavani instead of Sancho. Seriously, I would shit the bed, my friends. I would shit the bed if we did that. I do not want to do that because I'd have to get a new bed. Anyway, Voodoo Chili says the fact is that Martial won't get in the Everton team. Dude, Martial's a top player. In fact, on his day, he's as good as anybody. But it's consistency with Martial again. And of course, he has been honing his new skills at number 9. Fire Up says, why don't PSG want Cavani anymore? Because they've moved on. They don't want a 34-year-old injury-prone mercenary anymore. He's not good value anymore. You see, we're the only club that ties up older players and shit players to long-term contracts. They don't want to do that. They get rid of them when they're done. Do you remember Sir Alex Ferguson? Sir Alex Ferguson, right, was a genius of the game because he very, very rarely had anybody lingering around too long. Sometimes he would get rid of players and you'd be like, what the fuck? Why have we got rid of him? He's absolutely bloody awesome still. But then you realise why, because the new generation was coming through is better, and they'd go on and they passed it. Like, he was a king at getting rid of players at the right time. Even like Roy Keane and shit like that. Like, it's brutal. Sir Alex Ferguson was brutal with Roy Keane when he left the football club. Roy Keane was one of the best midfielders we ever had, the greatest captain in my lifetime. And certainly, if you look at how he got rid of him, it's like, well, you know, we're done with you now. You're never going to be quite as good as you were. Yeah, you're 33. You could sit in front of the back line or whatever, and, you know, but you're done. You know, you're done for United. You're never going to be peak. You're done. And we've got to move on. We've got to start with the next player. We've got to look for the next Roy Keane. That's what Fergie was like. That's what made him such a genius. So yeah, that's what you have to do. And that's what PSG have done with Cavani. But we're the twats. We're the mugs who are going to get him. What does that make us? Like Celtic now or something? Who did Roy Keane go and play for after Man United? It was Celtic, wasn't it? That makes us fucking Celtic, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Andreas Hansen with a super chat. He comments, Cavani, 14 games, 4 goals last season, and that is in the French Farmer League. That is absolutely gash. I mean, let's have a look at his minutes on the pitch, though, because I've got his minutes on the pitch here. It might tell a story. So last year, to be fair, in the League One, he only played 602 minutes. So, yeah, 14 appearances, 4 goals, 2 assists. But that's in 602 minutes on the pitch in League One. So that's not, 90 minutes, 180 minutes. That's only about 6 or 7, 8 games worth of actual... Hang on, am I getting my maths right here? I don't know. But it's not that many games, the point I'm making. It's not that many games, so it's not terrible stats. He's just obviously had an injury-prone time and just hasn't had many opportunities there. So I'm not too worried about that, guys, to be honest. I just don't think it's a good fit for us for a number of reasons, because it clutters up the positions up top, which we didn't really need to strengthen there with him. We needed to strengthen with somebody younger, or even better, like I say, and I'm right on this one, I don't care what anybody says. Get Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho plays on the right. He's your number 1 choice at right wing. So, sorry, Greenwood, you're not playing at right wing anymore. Mason Greenwood plays at right wing when Jadon Sancho doesn't play and gets to learn that position, and obviously he's quality there, and he's good backup. And then Dan James backs up Rashford on the left-hand side for now. And then, of course, you have Martial up top. And then when Martial can't play up top, Greenwood plays up top. When you need an impact substitute, Greenwood comes on for Martial. When Martial needs a rest or he's injured, Greenwood plays at number 9. So that makes all the more sense to get Sancho in. Okay, let's have a little vote then on Jadon Sancho then, guys. Andreas Hansen, thank you so much for your super chat there, dude. Really appreciate everyone who's getting in here tonight. Let's have a look. Matt Rush, Nicholas Logan, Niladri, Hasib Kamal, Tatenda, Dara Azizi, Mark Voot, Bikal Lau, Manu Forever, and everybody, appreciate you stopping by. Do us a massive favour if you're watching this video. Smash that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Leave a cheeky little like on the video. That will really help us out and help us boost this channel up. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. We cover all the latest Man United news, all the latest breaking transfer stuff like this one. Edinson Cavani to Manchester United is a thing, lads and lasses. It's going to happen tomorrow. He will sign a 2-year contract. He'll travel to Manchester United tonight and medicals tomorrow, signing his contract until June 2022. We've got one of PSG's rejects. We shopped around in the Parisian reject bin and we found Edinson Cavani. It's a piss poor signing for all aspects. It hinders our stars for the future. It's just a commercial deal to generate cash for Ed Woodward, the human potato. This guy, Eddie Woody Woodward. It just generates cash for him and the Glazers. Opens up a whole new market, sells the shirts. That's all it is, folks. That's all it bloody is. But let's just have a look at... this is what I wanted to vote in the live chat quickly. I just wanted to know this. So, because we're signing Edinson Cavani, it's not 100% confirmed yet, remember, but it is announced by everybody. Fabrizio Romano, everybody online is confirming that it's all been agreed with personal terms. It's just the agent fee that needs sorting out, and then the medical. So that's expected to all take place tomorrow. Once that does, he will be a red. What I want to know from you guys, smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Edinson Cavani is going to play... Sorry, let me reword this. Let me go back. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Edinson Cavani is an alternative signing to Jadon Sancho. If he's actually coming instead of Jadon Sancho. Smash a 1. Smash something else in the live chat if you think that, no, we're getting Edinson and Sancho. Gavin Gould with a 1. Batman Nightfan with a 1. Fire Up with a 1. Jim Joe Bobley thinks that we are also getting somebody else. We are getting Sancho. Constant Pratt says 1 instead of Sancho. Kevin says 1 instead of Sancho. Callum 2. No, we're getting Sancho. Split in the chat. It's very split in the chat here. Shackman Hamlet says 69 dudes. Very, very split in the chat. A lot of people think we're getting him instead of Sancho. Look at that. Imagine if we got him instead of Sancho. That would be an absolute disgrace. There's no way we can get this guy instead of Sancho. If we're being honest, and that's just a short-term money-saving scheme for the Glazers, then it's an absolute bloody disgrace, my friends. It's a disgrace if we got him instead of Jadon Sancho. Very split, though. Look at that. The fans not too sure on that one. Niladri Sekar Dutta says 1, obviously. I don't know if it is obvious, because surely we need to get a right winger. Yeah, okay, this gives us a good striker, but are we really going to play 18-year-old Mason Greenwood at right wing all season long and only have Daniel James to back him up? That sounds like absolute horseshit to me. That sounds like a truly gashtastic thing. Super chat here from Emil Macapela. Emil Macapela, thank you so much for your super chat. He comments and says, was there no other striker available, like Tottenham's new striker, Carlos Vinicius? Yeah, I mean, there is other strikers available. What about Luka Jovic, this 22-year-old lad, Real Madrid that we were talking about? Could a deal not have been done for that? You know, he was out of favour there. They're not really playing him. So if United were prepared to spend a bit more money, we could have got a good young player for the future and built for the future. But actually, no, all we're prepared to do is get a player who's very little risk. Even if he does nothing on the football pitch for us, we're not going to lose out because he's so commercially viable. That's the facts. That's the facts. That's the only reason we signed this twat, because there's no risk for us in those terms. In footballing terms, there is a big risk, but there's no risk in any other way. Thank you very much, Emile Macapela. Really appreciate that, dude. Sibo Super comments, should have gotten Jovic. No effing Cavani is 34. Old guy. Fucking humiliation. Dude, I agree, man. It is a humiliation, this one. I mean, look, people, that's it. We're getting PSG's rejects now, guys. We are the club that feeds off of scraps of other clubs now, it seems like. Are we really going for PSG's rejects? PSG didn't want him. Why the hell do we want him? Why the hell do we want him if PSG don't really want him? Is that how far we've fallen, though? We're feeding off of PSG scraps now? I really don't approve of this signing whatsoever in any capacity. King Kong says Cavani is better than Ighalo, so don't hate. You can't argue with that. I mean, you're actually right. I would be happy with the Cavani signing. I promise you, we're not happy, but I would be content with the Cavani signing if we'd assigned a centre-back, if we'd assigned a left-back, if we'd assigned a right winger by now. If we'd have had those three positions sorted, I would have gone, you know what, Cavani, you know, yeah, a bit of a gamble, bit of money, but, you know, it's not really that much of a gamble. Even if it doesn't work out, it might chip him with a bunch of goals. I'd go, yeah, I'd be behind it, you know. But it's a panic buy at the end here, potentially, instead of Jadon Sancho as well. I don't think it is. I think we still got to get Jadon Sancho, otherwise the fans are going to have a nightmare here, aren't we? We're going to have a revolt, because it is revolting. Black Rock Rugby comments, Cavani is a world-class striker. Well, I hope you're right, Black Rock Rugby. I hope he still is, because if you look at his stats from the last year, they're not world-class stats, in my opinion. Yes, the previous seasons, you're absolutely right. The decade before last year, he's a world-class striker. If he can recreate that form, then that's brilliant. If he could be like Zlatan Ibrahimovic for us. When we got Zlatan, he was old. People were saying he was over the hill, couldn't do it in the Premier League, but he showed them wrong, and he still did it, and he's still doing it now. So age is just a number to a lot of people, a lot of these physically gifted people, and Cavani's a good physical specimen, but he's also injury-prone. And the thing is with Cavani too is I don't think he is. I don't think he will be able to do it for as long or as to a higher standards as Zlatan. And plus, when we got Zlatan, it was a different time. We didn't necessarily have that ready-made player to come in there and take the mantle for us and progress and maybe look to the future with, because we just didn't have him. So Zlatan was a perfectly sensible stopgap player. Whereas now we have Martial at number 9, who we're supposed to put our faith in. We have Greenwood, who could be a potential world star at number 9, in my opinion. Has all the attributes you need. He's quick. He can finish naturally, as naturally well as anybody, in my opinion. He's got both feet. So he would be a great number 9. So getting Cavani at this time just stops the progression of Martial and Greenwood, because every game that Greenwood could have slotted in there at number 9 and played instead of Martial, Cavani will play. And every game that Martial could have played, maybe Cavani will play now. So it hurts those guys, and those guys are the future, and those guys are the young lads at United that we should be really looking to improve upon and stick with, and hope that they get to that point in the future where they're awesome world-class players. You know, that's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be putting our faith in a 34-year-old meltbag who's over the hill and PSG rejected. He's a world-class player a while ago, man. Not now. Maybe now, but probably not. Clam J, thank you for your super chat, Clam J. He comments, we're a bloody mess at the mo. It really gets my goat. Everyone else beefing up, yet here we are fannying about in the window. Mate, we do look like a bunch of fannies in the window, mate. That's it. We're like a peeping Tom or something, looking like fannies in the window. I don't know. Peeping Ed. We've got Peeping Ed because he's a proper fanny in the window. I don't know. But anyway, I agree with you, Clam J. We do look like a mess in this window, dude. We do look like a mess. It makes no sense why we would do this and not strengthen other areas of the team before this one. Everyone's looking at us like we are a bloody laughing stock right now because we're going after old players that PSG rejected, and that's not the good look for us at all. I mean, we might as well have just signed bloody Wilfried Bony, you know what I mean? You might as well have just bloody signed Wilfried Bony. That would have been a better bloody signing in my opinion, you know what I mean? Ashley Vote says, just seen on social media that Leeds United have offered 25 million for Daniel James. Don't know if it's true. Well, this is the thing. We were talking about Leeds United's interest in him. We'll see what happens in the next few days. United linked with everybody, really. So if we do some other business, if we do get Jadon Sancho in, we'll have Cavani, Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Martial. There's no place for Daniel James there, really. We need, you know, that would actually improve the depth massively. I'm not going to lie. If you got rid of Daniel James and brought Cavani in, if you actually think of it like that as a swap for swap, and all it means is instead Cavani's your backup striker and instead Greenwood's your backup winger on the left as well, then I can live with that. I can live with that. So when you put it that way, it's actually pretty good. Jason Cleverly, what's going on, Jason? He says, remember when we had done... Thank you for the super chat, Jason. He says, remember when we had deals done before deadline day? Now we have to wait and see what happens if anything does happen. I know, mate. Yeah, that's the thing. We used to get deals done. What do you mean? So you have to wait after the deadline day's finished until it's all properly official and announced, you mean, sometimes? Because you remember the Falcao deal? That was weird. When we signed Radamel Falcao, we signed him and then, like, a good hours afterwards, it was like, what? Have we signed him? And then, we signed him. But it was like afterwards that it was announced. That was weird. Thank you very much for your super chat there, Jason Cleverly. We'll see what happens in this crazy window, my friend. G Wolf United with a super chat comments, Pig, Facundo update and Cavani will do bits for us. G Wolf, I always love your positivity, my friend. You are so positive, and you think that Cavani's going to do bits for us. I love that, but I hope that he does, but I just hope that it's just as a backup, and I hope that he doesn't hinder the development of the other young lads that we've got. High Times United, how you doing there, Harry, mate? Good to see ya. What's going on? Our latest Crazy Gang member. Thank you very much for getting in here. I hope you're having a good day. And we have Brandon C as well. Says Daniel James is the future, though. The future of what? The future of shitness? The future of mediocrity? What is Daniel James the future of? Okay, that's a bit harsh. I mean, he's only 22. He's 22 and he has shown some good stuff in the past, but he's been shit for a year, guys. Jarvis Cocker with a 100 knock super chat. Jarvis comments, don't get me wrong. He says, Cavani is a great, and I hope it works out. Fingers crossed. But what happened to the rebuild? Did Solskjaer approve, or is it just Ed's work? Just amplifies the feeling that our club is broken. Exactly, mate. There's no clear vision. So we're supposed to be sticking to the vision of signing the right, proper quality players, the youth players, younger players. Not necessarily youth players, but younger players that will be here for a while. People like Bruno, people like Harry Maguire, 26-year-olds, you know. Nobody older than that, really. Tellez is 27, you know, somewhere around that. No, not adding older players to the ranks like him, because it doesn't add anything for the future. It doesn't allow the development of that position to go to somebody else. His position is taken up by somebody that's just a short-term stopgap and will be retiring from the game in 2 seasons' time. So it doesn't help us at all. It doesn't help us at all in the future. It's a short-term panic stopgap fix, and it's a bloody well disgrace, lads and lasses. Yeah, and you're right, though. If Cavani can replicate that form from previous seasons, then it'll be a decent signing. But it undermines Solskjaer in every single way, because we are trying to sign certain players for the future. Solskjaer's number one priority is, of course, Cavani. Is, of course, Sancho. But we haven't got him. We've got Cavani. And that's probably all Woodward and Co.'s dealings. I can't imagine Solskjaer would be like, yeah, you know what? Let's just get this 34-year-old guy who's a proper mercenary in, even though we've got a good chemistry up top there, even though adding Sancho to there would just be perfect for us, you know, having that homegrown English vibe of those good young attacking players that all get on, people like Greenwood, Rashford, Sancho, and of course Martial too, add to that, all just a great little unit, a great clique. Whereas if you bring Cavani in, what does that do? It just upsets everything, in my opinion. I think it's really shit. Thank you so much, Jarvis Cocker, for your super chat, dude. God, lots of super chats coming in tonight, guys. Thank you very, very much for having your say and getting involved. This is obviously a hot topic. High Times United comments, it just would be nice to have someone who can at least hold the ball up when Martial isn't fit. Igalo is about as useful as a chocolate fire guard. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it kind of is a little bit... Igalo does hold the ball up, to be fair. I mean, that is what he does. That's what he's good at. He's not necessarily great at all the other stuff, but I think he's good at holding it up. But Cavani's more of your finisher, to be fair. He's gonna get you the goals, you know, in my opinion. I think he's gonna really get you the goals much more than Igalo can, in all honesty. So if you look at it as one or two ways, it's a direct replacement or improvement for Daniel James, or a direct replacement and improvement for Igalo, then you can't really argue with the signing, actually. DJ Sonic says FIFA late night, absolutely. This is obviously my transfer show tonight then, guys. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys, there's a little bit of an update here. Matty the Rushmeister, sorry, Matty the Rushmeister has given me some information here. Simon Stone, oh, thank you very much. I missed Sandeep's superstar. Thank you, Matt Rush. Simon Stone says, in theory, Cavani can sign after the 5th of October as a free agent. Oh, right, yeah. He says, however, that is the deadline to get into the Champions League squad. Okay, so yes, that's right. Because he's a free agent, he's not actually imposed to the same deadline day deal. But because of the fact that we've got to get him in the Champions League squad, it does have to be by then. So that's why United are trying to get it done tomorrow. That makes perfect sense. Howard Nurse comments, I wouldn't be surprised if Monday's a very busy transfer deadline day. Absolutely. Maybe a little hint about Jadon Sancho or something coming there from Howard Nurse. Okay, here's some more information that we should be talking about in regards to Facundo. So United are close to paying the Facundo police release fee. The fringes were not finished with Lyon, and United has notified Penarol that they will pay the release clause, $10 million. The procedures are underway. So here we go. Another bit of breaking news, guys. We're signing this wonder kid, this Uruguayan wonder kid, to maybe go along suddenly with Cavani. And all of a sudden, we've opened up this whole market in Uruguay and South America for Manchester United fans again. And this is what probably they're looking at. And that's why they signed Cavani. Not just for his goals that hopefully he does give us, but because of his commercialised abilities and the ability they've got to whore him out across the world. But it looks like Facundo Pellistri is going to be becoming a Manchester United player too. He looks a good young lad. Look, don't know too much about him. He plays for Penarol in Uruguay, but he's a wonder kid. So that's cool. That's good positive stuff. Coochie says, we don't need Cavani and Sancho, we need a centre-back. Right then, lads and asses, I am going to just answer a bunch of your questions and then we'll wrap this video out because I've realised I've been rambling for 90 minutes now, folks. And we will be back later on tonight to do a FIFA 21 stream around about sort of quarter to midnight. I reckon I'm going to do that now. I'll stick around until maybe like 1:30 now, though, lads and asses, seeing it's Saturday night, and talk about this deal a bit with you legends. So get involved in the comment section now. I'm just going to forget everything else and we're just going to talk about the comment section. Joel and Ganga, what's going on? Try not to spam, my friend, otherwise that will happen. You've been timed out, my friend. AK says Cavani will score against PSG. That would be reason enough to get him alone if we could do that. More likely situation, maybe he scores an OG against us like Lukaku did in the Europa League final. I don't know. Jake says, cool, sounds good, Pig. Thank you very much, Jake. Yeah, I mean, look. Do you like the Cavani deal, do you, Jake? I mean, I don't know. Domestic Game Show says, bro, I'm done with this board. I was done with them a long time ago. Problem is we can't really do too much about it. That's the annoying thing. BlackRock Rugby says, Cavani will be the new Zlatan. I love your optimism, BlackRock. I hope you're right. That'd be amazing. Football with Brownie comments, Pig, I told you that United won't get Jovic, but Sancho's still on. You called it, my friend. You got some good knowledge there, Football with Brownie, no doubt. And he thinks Sancho's still on. Good man. I love to hear it. Hopefully we do get Jadon Sancho as well. Hakeem Abdeloui comments, Jadon Sancho or Raheem Sterling. Jadon Sancho, mate, 100% in every way. Raheem Sterling's a headless chicken. Matt Rush says, could be more transfer news later. Yeah, that's the thing. If there is more new transfer news, obviously, I will get on and jump on and tell you about it. Like if United announced that we're signing Tellez or anything like that, I'll jump on and tell you guys about it. So if you are new to this channel, smash the subscribe button and click the bell icon and set it to all. That way you'll be notified when we post and we go live, lads and lasses. Yeah, look, Sancho all day for me. Mark Voot says, Hakeem, Sancho all day, every day, all day, twice on Sunday. I agree. We don't even want to talk about Raheem Sterling on this channel. Fabio LG, how you doing, Fabio LG? He comments and says, why you need another striker if you have Martial, Igalo and Greenwood. Well, Igalo leaves in January. That's the only thing. So it's not that far until January now, only a few months. So Igalo will be going back to his parent club, Shanghai Shenhua, in a few months' time. That's the only reason. So it does kind of make sense to get somebody in. As long as he is only going to play that Igalo role and be that backup striker for us, I'm happy with it. I think okay. But if he's going to come in and hinder Greenwood and Martial, like you say, then I'm not keen on it at all. DJ Sonic says, smoke and FIFA with Mr. Pig. I recommend joining. He's pretty damn good. DJ Sonic, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I appreciate you getting in there and watching. And if you are free for the FIFA session later, get involved, lads and lasses. Jake says, enjoy your time out, Joel. Mini7 Cure says, Anthony Elanga or Daniel James. Well, I'd actually say, look, Elanga's maybe got more potential because I think Daniel James is just good. He's pacey and good and a good flying winger, but he's lacking a bit in the vision and the intelligence of a footballer department. That's all I think. Ilianaita, what's going on? He says, I'm not feeling well and with news I'm sick. Everybody stick a love heart in there for Ilianaita, one of the long-time legends and viewers of this channel. I hope you feel better soon, Illa, and I hope we have some good news in regards to Sancho and Tellers very, very soon to cheer you up and make you feel better and everybody else too. Thank you, Ilianaita. Jim Joe Bobby says, Manchester United fan, totally agree, mate, shameful. Stephen United says, I was more excited when we signed Lee Grant, to be fair. Lee Grant. Oh, thank you, everyone. Future Boxer, Matt Rush, David Whitford, Oliver Osborne, Philip Chapman, Andy1753 for getting those love hearts in there. For Ilya United, I hope you feel better soon, Ilya. MUFC fan says, no left centre-back, no proper CDM backup, no right wing, no left wing, no backup left back, but we got 3 of the top paid keepers and has been 34-year-old striker. Dude, you're so right, man. We spend £600,000 a week on goalkeepers. Do you know that? £600,000 a week on goalkeepers' wages. It's preposterous. And yet we can't buy a centre-back. We signed Donny van de Beek, even though really, if you look at the position that we needed to address most, yeah, Donny's a midfielder, and he can play deep line sort of playmaker role. But really, we needed a Nemanja Matic replacement. He's getting on. We need somebody, a proper defensive midfielder, like a Thomas Partey or a Wilfred Ndidi or a Kante type player. Those types of players. But we haven't got them. So I agree with you there, MUFC fan. Felix Brown says we need Anderson for tomorrow's match. Oliver Osborne says, what winger? Well, if it's not going to be Jadon Sancho, then I have no bloody clue what we're going to get. If we end up with Cavani and Ismail Assar, I'll shit the bed. I will not be happy with that. Andre 240 FPS says, I love your stream, man. Keep it up. Thank you, Andre. You're a top man. Appreciate it. High Times United comments and says, over $500,000 for the Dilly. Andre, thank you for that, dude. MUFC fan says, missed my deal. Hang on. The chat's moving too quickly, guys. The chat is absolutely popping off, guys. Thank you very much for you all watching this evening. Oliver Osborne says, what winger do you think we will get? I do think Jadon Sancho still. Amy Evans says, I'll be hiding behind my sofa deadline day, pig. I don't blame you. Like watching a horror movie, isn't it? It literally is. JJ Bibbs says, Sancho contacted by Klopp, reports Sky Sports. Fake news, my friend. If that did happen, though, I'd shit the bed. Imagine that. Canton R7, that's the PR move that Dortmund should actually put into place, really. If Dortmund were clever, they'd make a deal with Kloppy and get him to submit an offer just for a laugh. Matt Rush says, Miss Jason Cleverly, super chat pig. Thank you so much, Matt Rush. Sorry, Jason Cleverly. Let me go back. My moderators are awesome, by the way. They literally keep me up to date with what's going on here, so I don't miss out on all you legends that actually take the time and money to send over your thoughts. So appreciate it. Obviously, I've got to read all your comments out. I'll read everybody else's comments out too. But Jason Cleverly, thank you very, very much for your other super chat as well, dude. Jason Cleverly said, I mean deals. All signed Man United fans could watch deadline day knowing we had all of the targets wrapped up. Yeah, I know. It would be so nice. It would be so nice to actually have the deals done early. Like, pretty pathetic that we haven't done it. I mean, yeah, he says, oh, remember when we had deals done before deadline day? I see, yeah. So pathetic the way we go about it these days. Imagine being Chelsea right now in this window where they signed all of those players and they got them done early and they could just sit back, relax and look forward to the season. That's what it's all about. We can't do that. We're scratching around trying to fill those positions in the team that are too shit. So thank you very much for your super chat there, Jason Cleverly, mate. You've got the same name as Tom Cleverly, unfortunately. It's not spelled the same, so you're lucky there. Is it actually Cleverly? Sorry, is it Cleverly or Cleverly? If it's Cleverly, then that's good that it's not the same as Tom Cleverly. Prince Abraham Kwabena Kra says, did United is going to buy Jadon Sancho. I don't know, you know. I hope so. I'm still 50-50 on it. I don't have the faith in our board to spend the money to buy him. I don't have the faith. Gaz G comments, you need to style your hair like Cavani now, pig. I can do, mate. I should do, yeah. Let's get the old hair out right now to do a tribute to Cavani, my friends. It's been a while. Black Rock Rugby says, great stream, mate. Let's do the old Edinson. That's not the Edinson. I don't know what that is. Let me just get this out for a sec. It's a little bit... Oh, we're going Cavani. This is the ode to Cavani, guys. Ah, shit. It's too... Okay, that'll have to do. I'm not going to spend ages to... it's all knotted together. But anyway, this is what I'm working with. This is the Edinson Cavani look, my friends. We'll just finish the stream off like this then. Black Rock Rugby, thank you. Stephen T.Y., Oliver Osborne, Joel Ngunga, Matt Rush, Augustine Stephanie, what's going on? David Whitford. Yeah, Illy United says Pig Varney. Gaz G says Top Man. David Whitwood says, Ed Glazer's out of our club. Timo says, LOL. Stephen T.Y. says, what is Cavani's kit number? I don't know, actually. I mean, he's a free agent at the moment. I don't know what his kit number was at PSG. Probably 69, dudes. Matt Rush says we hit 362 likes. Let's see if we can hit 369, dudes. Smash a thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so already. Actually, let's see if we can smash 400 likes. Screw it. Hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Give it a share on social media if you can. If you're new, smash that sub button as well. Always Red says, man, are you Cavani in disguise? I'm coming for the money. I'm coming for the money. What's a Uruguayan accent? I don't even know. Sort of Spanish, right? I'm guessing. I'm coming for the money. I don't know. I can't speak. I can't do the Spanish accent anyway. But anyway, shout out to Cavani for this hairdo, to be fair. But other than that, I'm not too keen on him. Not too keen on him coming. I think he's a mercenary. Let's have a look then. G-Wolf says, hi Times United, are you Harry Cater? Yeah, that's Harry Cater, by the way. It is. Yeah, G-Wolf, that's Harry Cater. He's changed his thingy. Bose Tatanka says, Cavani will be mint. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Bose. I really do. Hector Rico's laughing his head off. Jamie Arnold says, stop funding the Glazers. Fully agree with that, my friends. Don't buy the Glazers merch. Buy the Piggy merch. We've got new merch coming, lads and lasses. So keep a look out for that. Anyway, thank you very much. Let's have a look at this comment here from Coyote. Coyote, thank you so much, dude, for your comment here, for your super chat. He says, the fans need to wise up and stop putting money into the Glazers' pockets and then complaining about them. Hit them where it hurts, the money. Totally agree, man. They've taken this big hit with a loss from COVID, with the lack of matchday revenue. Imagine if United fans didn't buy any United merch at all. You're talking about hundreds of millions generated a year here globally. If United fans didn't buy the shirts, if United fans didn't buy all the mugs and all the, I mean, we've all done it in the past, guys, but you have to put your foot down and say no more. You have to say, we're not going to line your coffers. We're not going to support your mismanagement of the club. We would only buy merch if 100% of the revenue from that is going into the running of the football club and the acquisition of new players and the paying of staff, not being siphoned out of the football club. If any percentage of that money from that shirt sale goes into the Glazers' pockets, then it's wrong in my opinion. And I know, yeah, you've got shareholders, you've got dividends and all that, but I'm talking about the whole disgusting way that they bought this club and lined it and bought it with debt and all that kind of stuff, and how they just have to service that debt every year. The whole process is just wrong at United. We are instantly starting every single with a shackle on us, with a negative. It's like we're starting the season with minus 10 points. It's like we've got some sort of an imposed punishment on us, because that's what their ownership of this football club does. And every time you buy a new shirt with a player's name on, you're just contributing to the fact that you don't really want to protest enough to the point where you can't even buy a fake shirt. Do you know what I mean? Because you can buy a fake shirt. Do you know what I mean? Your reason you don't buy a fake shirt is because you want the money to go to your football club. You want the money to go to your football club so they can buy it for players. You're supporting, literally financially supporting your football club that you want to see do better. That's the whole point. But if they're not going to use that money to do better, and you have to make a point to actually get them to the point where maybe they consider, you know what, the revenue flows right down, the wallet hurts now. You know, they're not getting as much revenue because of the matchday revenue. And also, if you just stop buying merch, crikey. But you know what's going to happen though, Coyote? I hate to say it. I hate to say this. If we did sign Jadon Sancho, you're going to see a shitload of shirts with Jadon Sancho on. People are just going to go out there and buy it. Because that's what... But you need to protest. You do. You need to not buy it. Even when Sancho does sign, you need to not buy it. That's the protest. Hit them in the pocket where it hurts. We don't want people to lose their livelihoods around Manchester United. We don't want the average staff member at Manchester United to be affected by this. And there may be some people affected by this, of course. But let's think about the bigger picture. You have to understand that United is a club that shouldn't be shackled by owners. We should have owners that are passionate and want to improve the football team as much as, say, Roman Abramovich does at Chelsea. Now, you can say what you want about Roman, and look, money bags, and they came in and bought the way to success, and Chelsea were a cup team before. But he loves the club, and he spent a lot of money in investment, and he continues to do so. And if we had an owner like Roman Abramovich, United would be the biggest club in the world, because the history, the tradition, the power that we should have in the transfer window is all there. It's just we are held back by our owners. Jamie Arnold, you're a top lad. He says, Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Join the Glazers out movement, folks. Check Jamie Arnold out on Twitter, my friends. Coyote says, stop watching the game too. Hurts their TV deal. I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, why don't you just stream it online on a dodgy site and cancel your Sky Sports subscription? Do you know what I mean? I'm not proposing that. I'm just saying there are other things you could do, even if you want to watch the game. Gareth G says, Pig, you need some conditioner in that do, my friend. Yeah, you're right about that one. It is ridiculous. I don't really know what... I mean, what is this? I'll tell you what, who I do look like now. I look like the lead singer of The Cure, don't I? I look like the lead singer of The Cure. Paul Vanderbeek says, Mrs. Pig loves long hair. Stephen United says, I do anyway. Trevor Lawrence says, hello, bro. Big signing for Manchester United. I mean, it is a big signing, but it's also kind of a negative signing in a lot of ways, other than the fact that, you know, it's a commercially good signing. That's the only reason we got him, more than likely. But in the sense that it's a hindrance of a signing, I think, for a lot of our players. It hinders Greenwood. It hinders Martial. I don't like it. Hector Rico says, some minty tingle. Philip Chapman says, Clubs should be owned by the fans. I agree. Is Football with Brownie still in here? But either way, he's a Welsh football fan, and he... I can't remember if it's Cardiff or Swansea. I think it's Swansea, actually. But I think they're 100% fan-owned. And that obviously is amazing, like when you can have that, and you can have 100% ownership of your club. I find that truly the best scenario for everybody, but that'll probably never happen. Elliot Baker says... look like Timothy Spall. Timothy Spall, the legend. I love Timothy Spall, man. Barry Tyler, mate. Absolutely Boston, mate, from Wolverhampton, like. Anyway, Seema Ashraf says, these last few hours in the nutshell, we signed Cavani for some mad money, even though he's free, and Son included in the Spurs squad for tomorrow. Welcome to MUFC. Dude, his Son in the Spurs squad, is he? I thought he was bloody injured. So lastly, it was Son was out and Harry Kane was sent off at the end of the game. That didn't turn out to be true, and now Son's in the game. High Times United says, how much are we paying for Cavani per week? So, Harry, mate, we are paying him somewhere in the region of 200,000 to 250,000 euros a week. Or pounds a week, I think it is, actually. Let's have a look. It's not obviously confirmed or anything like that, but it's expected it's between 200 and 250,000 pounds a week. So it's a lot of money, mate. It's a lot of money. We'll obviously know more when this deal comes out and there's more details come out. But it's expected that it's about 2 to 250. Anis Nazim says, no, I don't understand business. This isn't on the Glazers. Well, it's Woodward. Woodward's obviously doing the deal. Woodward's trying to get that money generated for the Glazers. This is one of those deals to do that. Joseph Misko says, yep, I said you looked like Robert Smith the other night. Nilandri says, a very good panic buy indeed. Yeah, that's definitely worse panic buys. We'll see. Hopefully it turns out to be more of a Zlatan as opposed to a Falcao. Eric the King says, Robert Smith. Jinjo Bobley says, Sima, please stop spamming the same point. Yes. Joel Matthews says, Cavani could be a very benefit for MUFC if a good, perfect right winger comes into the team. Players like Sancho Dembele. Good shout. Batman Nightfan says, Glazers are to blame. Good shout. They are. They're bastards. Tatenda Makin says, this is a good to Manchester United, but bad too, because the position already has good players. Spot on, Tatenga. If we want to see Greenwood develop into a really world-class player, if we want to see Martial develop into a really world-class number 9, he's got to play there. He's got to be the first choice number 9. But Cavani coming in only melts that up. It only melts that up. G-Wall says, players, no, it isn't. Yeah, Manu Forever says Cavani will be the next Sanchez. I think that's likely. I think it's either Falcao or Ibra, but it's probably not Ibra because Ibra's a freak. Probably not going to be like Ibra. It's probably more likely to be like Falcao when we signed him. Ashley Jenkins says Karol Poborski in the house. It's a shame this isn't bigger. I could put this around the top like a headband. Kayam says, Pig, has mankind taken over the stream? Mommy! Yeah, he has. We're going to get Mr. Socko out in a minute just for you, Kayam. Ryan Burberspin 9, he says, smash a like to hit 400k for the Pig. Hey, if you're watching this and you haven't hit that like button yet, please do smash the thumbs up button on it. Hector Rico says, when are we bulldozing Pleb Woodward's house then? Unfortunately, he's moved. Unfortunately, he's moved. We don't know the location right now. Send me location. Send me location. Ian Zozen says, Cavani is still better than any striker man you have. Well, we'll see. I mean, he's not really been on form for a couple of seasons, I think. We'll see. Gazamania says Cactus Jack more like bang bang. Matt Rush says subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Mrs. P. Kate Bennett says great stream, Don Bon Jovi. Nice one, Mrs. P. Thank you, love. I hope you're feeling better. Sammy Ashraf says, can you shout out to Bubble Bong's friend? Shout out Bubble Bong's friend. Margarita's World says F you. Well, that's a little bit strong there, Margaritas. F you too. Alien Tenno says Pink Boots Jones has a new buddy in the treatment room. Oh no, he does. Edinson Cavani, it's a shame we didn't get Gareth Bale in there too. They could have all played golf together and been injured together. Simon Ashraf says, can you shout out Buddy Bong? Oh, done it twice now. Nitesh Sugim says, getting you a GHD for Christmas. Nice one, mate. I could do one. Could do with one. Thank you, Elliot Baker. He says, liked and subscribed. Just discovered you tonight. Love it. You're a legend. You're a legend, Elliot. Thank you very much. Yeah. If you are new, get involved. We've been doing these videos for about 7 years now, folks. And it's obviously my biggest passion is following Manchester United. And I'd like to share that passion with you legends. And of course, we just cover all the latest Manchester United news, watch-alongs. We're doing a watch-along for the Spurs game tomorrow. I'll actually be back tonight in a couple of hours doing a FIFA stream as well, Manchester United Career Mode, episode 3 on FIFA 21. So come in and get involved with that if you're around. Rachel Boswell says, if it ends up like the Zlatan deal, I'll be happy. Yeah, I think we would. If he can live up to that at all, you're right, it would be pretty good. I mean, even if he chips in with a Michael Owen amount of goals at the right times, it could be useful. But it's still just it's a bad look deal. We should have been spending the money elsewhere. We should have a bit more ambition. Have a bit more ambition than Edinson Cavani right now, I personally think. Rachel Boswell says, if it ends up like the Zlatan deal, I'll be happy, yeah. Joseph Misko says, nearly 400 likes. Come on, guys, smash that like button. Thank you, Joseph Misko. Tatenda says, this signing is going to affect after we failed to sign Sancho. Melvin Kamara says, is this a good signing for Man United? Yes and no. He's a good player. He's just old. He's just going to hinder the development of our players, and he's also taken a lot of money out of the club. But commercially, I suppose he's probably a pretty good player to get in there. Legend Kayam, get in there. 407. Lacey Griffith says, God bless Donald Trump. Absolutely, you know, I personally, say what you want about Donald Trump. I don't wish anything bad on anybody. So I hope he makes a full recovery. Shivram Kashyap says, why you don't take my questions these days? I come daily. Probably because there's about 400 other comments coming through, bro. And it's pretty difficult to see them. But as I am working my way down the comments, I've just seen your comment there, Shivam Kashyap. A little thing called patience, my friend. Patience is a virtue. Have a little patience, yeah. Anyway, Joe Higgins says, terrible signing. Kimpa Delagucci says, this Cavani signing is a tricky one. It bloody is. I mean, it's good and bad at the same time. If we'd have got, like I said, if we'd have got the other players in at the start of the window, and then we're just getting Cavani now as a last deadline day signing, and I've gone, you know what, it's a pretty good player to get just as an option. But because it's like, oh, it might be instead of Sancho, then it's a disgrace, isn't it? Hayden Alessandro, thank you, mate. John Allen says, OAP striker, laugh my ass off. Help the aged. Sadek Rahman says, we have Jones, and next we have an injured Cavani too. Arian Zozan says, man, you are in need of making good transfers in this window. Very, very true. We need to get Sancho in. We need to get Tellez in. Eric the King, what's going on, Eric the King? He says, what you make of the new FIFA? It's just like the old FIFA, really, mate. Same old shit. Gaz G says, you signing Cavani tonight for FIFA Pig? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, Gaz G. I signed Rooney back, by the way. If you're not watching my FIFA 21 stream later, you're having a mare. I signed Rooney back. But we also did some other good business as well. Gurpreet Sagu says United. Vitsu Doom says hopefully Cavani be good mentor for the youngsters, show them how to be a top player. Good shout, Vitus Doom. That's a good point you make. I mean, he is a good, experienced player who's done it all and been playing at the very top level internationally and on the European stage for a very, very long time. So you're right, he can show them a bit of something. And like we said, they've got this young Uruguayan lad, Facundo Pellistri, signing. And so, you know, it's just good to have another Uruguayan lad around as well for him. Jonathan Gallagher says, this is a disgrace transfer window, big time disgrace. Worst transfer window since the David Moyes one, this one. Peter Coveney says his wages and agent fee could have signed Tellez. There you go, exactly. It's fucking millions. You're so right. It could have signed Tellez. We didn't even think about this. If they have to get Tellez now, they have to, don't they? Because if they actually don't get Tellez and wait until January, then are you telling me we got Cavani instead of Tellez? That makes no sense. Steve Nesbitt says he's always injured. Alien Tenno says Greenwood should leave United and save his career. Wow. Don't know about that, but it's a shame that Cavani's come in because it's only going to hinder him. Macho Man, good evening, bro. Kayam says, haha, Mrs. P, he'll need them. James Wright says, can we all just have a second silence for our football club? Rip. I mean, yeah, look, it's a shadow of what it was. John Allen says, an OAP, but still quicker than Slabhead. Well, yeah, that's true. Most OAPs are quicker than Slabhead. Hunter says, we are a retirement home. Well, we're not. We better not become that. I don't think we're a retirement home yet, but players like that, I mean, it goes to show you that maybe we are. It doesn't fit in with our ethos, but Serie A, everyone knows Serie A is the real retirement home. Or the MLS. PS says Flying Pig has become our Cavani. That's the only reason I got it down. Melvin Kamara says, for me, I'd like Man United to sign Sancho. Bloody true. Manu Forever says, I never knew our club would turn into a retirement home. Lacey Griffiths says Cavani is too old. I'm with you. He's almost 34, and he's got injury issues. I don't think he can be that Zlatan level player. Paul Van der Peek says, Mr. Pig, do a Mrs. P impression. I can't because my throat's too painful. I can't do that high-pitched voice. Stephen T.Y. says, Falcao and Cavani, who is more handsome? Tired of football talk. Falcao or Cavani, they're both pretty devilishly handsome, you know. Falcao, he reminds me of sort of a young Antonio Banderas. And personally, I think Falcao, sort of, yeah, you know, you know what? Don't know, you know. What a random question. Eric the King says, Eric Bailly to play tomorrow. What do you think? Yeah, definitely. I'd be sickened to my very core if we did not start Eric Bailly tomorrow. Kabaki HD says, good to see we are getting Dembele, Lance, whose PS4 lasts longer than him. Oh, we aren't getting Dembele. Yeah, Dembulance, whose PS4 lasts longer than him. I hear you, Kabaki. Rough One Round says Cavani won't hinder any player's growth. I mean, he didn't hinder Mbappe's growth. In fact, he helped him. If our players have the nuts, they will rise and solidify their position. Pig, my man, this is good. Dude, Rough Ryan, man. I like your comment there, dude. I mean, yeah, okay, but he's not good enough for PSG now, though, is he? Because they've got those players. So, okay, maybe we're a little bit behind. Make those guys develop, help Cavani develop them, maybe. Felix Brown says, Man United need to sign me instead. We could probably do with you. Faz Z says Dembulance. Daniel Raj says it's crazy that we paid Cavani around 20 million, including his agent fee, to play no more than 5 games at the cost of Sancho, who can play 30 games. Let's bloody hope that it's not at the cost of Sancho, because Sancho could be a player for us for the next 12 years. Surely we've got to get Sancho as well. Simon Lee says, came in late, but no need for this signing. We need a centre-back and a true CDM to complement Maguire and let Pogba/Fernandes free. Spot on! Spot on, Simon Lee. Nilandri Sikar Dutta says, we are surely buying a right wing. Hope it's not a panic buy from LNS after Chinese League. Good shout, Nilandri. Looks like a panic buy to me. Blackrock Rugby says, we have to be positive with Cavani. I would be much more positive with Cavani if we had other players come in. But we haven't. So far it's just Cavani and Van der Beek, and that's not good enough. So I will be positive come the end of the window once we've signed 2 or 3 players that we actually need. Because you can argue we don't even need Cavani at all. Matt Rush, 427 likes. Wow, thank you everyone for sticking a like on it. Gaz G says, Mrs. P, love your fella. He cracks me up. Very nice comment there, Gaz G. Adovit says, are you Flying Pig's brother, the Flying Lion? My name is Zlatan. When Zlatan puts his head down, Zlatan is even more like lion. I have the lion's mane like Zlatan. Batman Night Fan says, okay, I'm off, gals and guys. You have a great day, Batman Night Fan. Thank you for getting in here. P.S. says, can't Cavani take a massive wage cut as Thiago Silva did at Chelsea? This shows Cavani is coming for big money. Absolutely, he's a mercenary, just coming for the money. And we're just coming to commercialise him. KSI JJ says, hello, bruv. How's it going, KSI JJ? Colin Green says 10 million agent fees, 200k a week for Cavani plus bonuses. Becky Hope, how you doing? She says, Pig, love your hair. Thank you. I just let it down just to give him Cavani a welcome, really. Not really a welcome, but whatever. Okay, I think I'm going to just give you the rundown. Actually, I'll answer a few more questions. So quickly get in there with a few more questions, and then I'll give you a rundown. But Rough Ran says, I don't think this feels I don't think the fees attached to this superstars rant football base. I mean, who's really worth that sort of money? This shit's crazy. Fair point. I mean, fair point. Let's see what actually happens when this is released, like when we actually see the legit fees and stuff and what's going on. And that goes for any of our transfers this summer. Colin Green says, I'm still holding back on the extra 5 million for Tellers. Absolutely. Even almost talking about getting him in January now. Or not even in January, but getting him next summer, signing pre-contract terms in January for free. That's our board for you. That's our board for you. Sadak Roman says, perhaps I could play for United too. Probably. Stephen T.Y. says, Cavani 69. DJ Sonic says, Cavani, ew. Joshua Whitfield says, hi, Big. How you doing, mate? Do you think Cavani will get played more than Martial? Surely he can't. It would be a disgrace to hinder the development of Martial. So no. In my opinion, he's just a backup. Plus, he'll probably be injured half the time anyway. Gazmania says, just sent you a pic on Twitter of my FIFA 20 career mode team. Nice one, Gazmania. I'll check that out a bit later, dude. Thank you very much. I'll see if it inspires me in any way. Leroy Samuel, Shackman Hamlet says, hey, Pig, Cavani or Oscar? Cavani, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Oscar, isn't Oscar on like 600 grand a week or something in China, though? Like, that's the only thing. I mean, I don't know if he's available, but Oscar was a good player when he played at Chelsea in the Premier League, actually, when I saw him back in the day. Peter, but you got to question a player that would go and play in the Chinese League. I know we got a Gallo, but I kind of think you have to question a player that would go to the Chinese League as opposed to the Premier League, just for money. Matt Rush says, Camboila update, Pig. Thank you very much, Matt Rush. Bit more transfer news for you guys. Manchester United are poised to complete the signing of 16-year-old central defender Willy Camboila for €4 million. Very interesting. We've been hearing about this today. Willy Camboila is just a young 16-year-old lad supposed to be a future star. United, if you actually look at the business we've been doing in this window for young kids, we have signed a whole bunch. We've got another one, Facundo Pellistri, this other Uruguayan player. We signed a bunch, that one from City, that one from Atletico Madrid earlier in the window. We've signed some really good young talents for our youth setup, actually. So I can't really fault the progression and the forward thinking of the youth squad. They've made some big moves in this window, getting some future stars in, hopefully. But stars in 6 years' time, not stars right now or anytime soon. So that's what we need too. We need people to do the business right now. I suppose the one good thing you can say about Cavani is he's experienced. He's not inexperienced. So it's very good. But just to give you the rundown then, folks, actually one or two more questions. So I can't get away from the chat. You guys are legends. You're legends for getting in here. I appreciate every one of you stopping by, honestly. That's why I'm rambling on, because I'm trying to speak to as many of you legends as possible. Shivam Kashyap says, I guess we need Roy Keane again to win the league combined with Beckham, Scholes and Giggs. Oh, man, if we could only resurrect those guys. Well, not resurrect them because they're not dead, but you know what I mean. Get them back at their ages. We would just be sorted. Bell6891 says, yeah, you look like Meatloaf, hun. Shit is not that bad yet. Oh, YA says, wow, super Cavani. Amazing signing for United. Fair play if you think that. Fair play. Mr. KO09 says, Upper Meccano or Koulibaly. I personally think Upper Meccano, because Koulibaly's 29. He's getting on a bit. Yes, he's quality for the next couple of years, but Upper Meccano could be quality for the next decade. Oh, super chat here from Hayden Alessandro. Thank you, Hayden, for getting in here, bud. He says, this deal is ridiculous. Another player going on stupid wages. The guy will earn more than Harry Kane. This deal is depressing, and it's not an Ollie deal. You're right, it's not an Ollie deal. I can't imagine Ollie would have had Cavani on his list at the start of the window. No way. It's a commercial deal that's been forced upon him. That's what it smacks of. That's what it feels like. Colin Green says, meatloaf a class like pig. Thank you. Like a bat out of hell, I was gone until the morning comes. Antoine Okango says, I'm an Arsenal fan. Well, you can't have everything in life, Antoine, you know what I mean? Everyone's got some sort of ailment, it seems. Joel Matthews says, we can't say how Cavani will be in this season. He could be like a goal machine. But if he is like a goal machine, then that means that Martial's not getting the development. That's what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. As a back, like, when he plays, if he's a goal machine, that's great. Okay. You didn't say that. That's not how you worded it, actually. I agree. If he plays, when he plays, if he's a goal machine, brilliant. Gaz G says, just need the headband, pig. Welsh Red says, Cavani is Fellaini too. Mwonge Morgan says, Butt is coming. Let's hope he's coming. Let's hope Sancho's coming. I don't know who you mean. Nicky Butt? Daniel Ross says, we could have got Cavani in January when Igalo leaves. This shows how terrible our board is. Yeah, we could have done, but he wanted to go to Atletico Madrid for more money at the time. Turned down United in January. Turned down United in January for more money to go to Atletico. Now that failed to materialise. He was probably asking too much money, and his agent was asking too much money from Atletico, and they pulled out. So yeah, Bekenya Akram says Cavani will work for us. I love the positivity. Charlie Benwell, what's going on, Charlie Benwell? He comments and he says, where's your comment gone, Charlie Benwell? He says, are any updates on Sancho? Not as of yet, dude. We'll let you know, though. Philip Chapman says 29 is young compared to 34. Absolutely it is. And especially for a centre-back as well, because I think centre-backs really could play. Look at Thiago Silva at 35 going to Chelsea. You can play a bit older, a bit longer at centre-back if you're really intelligent anyway and you read the game very well. Sadek Rahman, thank you for that, dude. Appreciate it. Waka Sakran says, Pig reminds me of Jack Black. You remind me of Jack Black, Pig. Really? Well, that's rock and roll, my friend. Come on. James Wright says, feels pointless getting rid of Lukaku last year just to get a 33-year-old Cavani a year later. Fair point. Although Cavani is a much better player than Lukaku. I think I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at the strike rate actually Lukaku had in the Prem before we signed him, it's just classic United ruining players again there, probably. Hayden says, Falcao Part 2. Becky Hope says, Mrs. P, I'm frozen on my bed of sleep, soon so tired. Becky, have a great sleep. Thank you for getting in, and I hope you have a wonderful rest. Anthony White says, we have a young team, Pig. We need experience. It's a good signing. Fair point. There's so many people saying get rid of Juan Mata the other day, though, and he's younger than Falcao. So, I know what you're saying, though. I think you do need the right balance of experience. Mike Dinnan says, Upper Meccano, good shout. Thank you very much, Mike. DJ Sonic says, I'd rather get COVID than watch United compete without Sancho this season. Stephen T.Y. says, Cavani's speech on press. I love United. This is my dream club to come and collect wages. I'll wear the number 69, dedicated to how I play in bed. Matt Rush says, Hayden Super Chat, Pig. Oh, shit. Sorry if I've missed your Super Chat here. Hayden, this deal was ridiculous. Another player going on stupid wages. Sorry, guys. I'm behind the chat here. I did read that one out, didn't I? Hayden, thank you so much for that, Hayden Alessandro. You're a top legend. And let me scroll down. There's so many comments coming in, peeps. Still, it's mental. James Tyrell, Charlie Benwell, Mr. KO09, Matthew 1903, Wayne Marco says he's strong and his work rate is phenomenal. We find space in the penalty area. We do not have an out-and-out goal scorer. Martial is a top player, but he's not a number 9, regardless of his shirt number. Nice one, yeah, very, it's a good point. I mean, I think his best performances for United have been from the wide positions, I'm not going to lie. It takes a little bit of time maybe for him to develop, but he's not a natural number 9, that's why. So you're right there, Wayne Marco. Chung Lee with a super chat, thank you very much, Chung Lee, for your super chat there. Has sent a message to say, I fear we used some Sancho money on the Cavani agent fees. I lost my confidence we would get Sancho. Board dragged this deal too long, I lost excitement. Chung Li, yeah, man, I mean, look, or woman, whatever, Chung Li, that's the name of the character of the lady in Street Fighter, isn't it? I think, but either way, I'm not sure. Anyway, never mind. I agree. It is a worry that maybe this might affect the Sancho deal. If they just decide to save themselves 100 million euros right now, they could. And would we begrudge them? Would we begrudge them that if they did actually strengthen in another area of the team? Like if they spent the money and got Upper Meccano. If they bought Upper Meccano and Thomas Partey now, say, instead of Sancho, we'd be all like, oh, fair play, that makes sense. But they're not going to do that, are they? If they don't sign Sancho, it'll probably just because they got Cavani instead. But I actually do think that they're not going to do that. James Wright, High Times United says, I reckon we'll get Woodward watching the FIFA stream tonight and he'll get some ideas from you. Maybe he needs some ideas. If only he'd done what I did. Bills fan says, Igalo is our backup striker on a load of wages, yet we shouldn't have bought Cavani, a proven Champions League goal scorer. I'm confused. Fair point. I mean, look, it's a fair point, but we shouldn't have bought either of them, really. We should have bought somebody who's like got the future and can be a future star at Manchester United. You know, like Erling Haaland or there's this Jovic character that people were talking about. Younger players, people with something to offer us now but in the future, not just a short-term player who's going to hinder the development of the players in front of him. James Tyrell says, our next 6 games are tough, be lucky to get 6 points. from next 6 with this team. Oh, First Class Gamer says Chun-Li. Oh, thank you very much. I got it slightly wrong then. I apologise. But that Street Fighter character was classic with the foot that went, hey, 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 hey. Remember? That was my hand, so it's not going to really work. CT, yes, I do, CT. Sid says COVID Cavani deep desperation. Doorknob says 10 million in a year. Angry face. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. BlackRock Rugby says Facundo is 18 and has super dribbling skills. Yeah, everything we hear about this guy is very good. I mean, 18, will he be featuring in the first team squad for a while? Probably not, but maybe in a year's time or something. And look, people like Ronaldo, Rooney, they were good enough at that age and they started to feature. Wakas Akram says E-Honda. Simon Bennett says, all I can think of when I see Cavani is his miss versus Barca when PSG were 4-0 up and lost 6-5. Mate, fair play to you. All I can think of is playing alongside that toothy, goofy meltbag Luis Suarez for Uruguay in the World Cup. Neymar and Mbappe versus Maguire and Lindelof. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Tonk Nash says, do you reckon we will get anyone else? Yeah, we got to get Telles, man. They've got to sign Telles in this window. And Sancho. So I do hope that. I'm holding out hope. I'll be sickened, and I'll be sickened, my friends, if we don't. Ali Amiri says, should have signed Girth from that German club instead of Cavani. Good shout, Ali Amiri. Oh, man. Kayam says, I give up. Me too, Kayam, mate. Kayam, it's an absolute bloody atrocious calamity, isn't it, Kayam? I just do not get it. He says, Pig, which club pays 10 million in agent fees? Bloody us, Kayam. We're a bunch of meltbags. We are. Wakas Akram says, Blanca. I look a bit like Blanca from Street Fighter, don't I? Oh, Sia Bonga Unlove comments, bye-bye, Sancho. God, I hope not. Matt Rush says, we hit 456 likes. Get in there and smash that like button if you haven't smashed it already. Leave the thumbs up on the stream, guys. And if you're new to the show, smash the subscribe button. Get involved with this awesome community. Joseph Misko with a super chat comments, Cavani today, Wayne Rooney tomorrow. Dude, we could do worse than Rooney. I'm not even joking. I would have Wayne Rooney in Manchester United's team now over that pretender, that charlatan Jesse Lingard. I promise you that now. I would have Wayne Rooney now. He's still got the technique, man. Will Chan says the United board takes the piss for this one. Real talk, they really and truly are a bunch of prats. Well said, Will Chan, spot on. JP comments, Cavani would be a good quality backup striker, 33 years old and lots of experience. Abs Corleone, hey Abs Corleone comments, such a Woodward sign-in, bloody spot on. Jonathan Gallagher says, I hate the Glazers and Woodward with all my bloody heart. Welsh Red, God, the comments are still pinging through here, guys. It's hard to keep up. Even now, Girth sounds like a thick player. He does. Yeah, well, on my career mode yesterday, it just said Arsenal announced the signing of Girth. And it said number 9. Anyway, I'm not surprised either, Kayam. This board is a gash-tastic mess of mess. It really is. Abene Walkley comments, I'm right, Kerry, very Alex Telles. I'm not sure what you mean there, but hopefully we do get Alex Telles, Abene. That Mayo Way says it's over Sancho deal. I don't think it's over. It depends. It depends, doesn't it? If United maybe bottle the Sancho deal now and get Cavani instead, then it's disgusting. They can't do that. And if they don't get Sancho, they've got to get another right winger, surely. Can't just be having Greenwood playing that role all season long. Hayden Alessandro says 200k a week. It's a lot of money for a mercenary. Inside the White Line says 10 million on agent fees. What the fuck? Disgraceful, man, how much money goes out the game to these agents and for United to do that. I mean, we could have got Alex Telles for that, dusted weeks ago. So it's a disgrace if we'd have just paid that extra money for Telles. John says Greenwood. Sayabonga Undlove says Ed the Master Negotiator does it again. Manu Forever says hashtag Glazers out. Misty Miyagi. Cress Welsing says, who is that woman? Where's the pig fella? This is the pig S in the house. Will Chan, Mark Voot, Ishawome Saidi says, which news about Sancho deal in United? Well, we don't know yet. We don't know if United are going to be pursuing somebody else now. We don't know if this is instead of Sancho. I can't imagine that it is, though, because this would be pathetic if it was instead of Sancho. It really would. Chinedu Okire says, how old is Cavani? He's 33, nearly 34. Cal Payne says, Woodward is a shit back alley sausage roll. Well, fair play to you, Cal Payne. I mean, look, sausage rolls found in a back alley, they're not going to have too much characteristic. I liken him to this potato, my friend. That's what I liken him to. Because he's got about all the negotiation skills of a potato. Chinedu Okiri, he's 33, nearly 34. High Times United says, Rooney scored the winner for Derby today. Did he, mate? I missed that. Mate, he's still decent, honestly. His technique is brilliant. He's never going to lose that ability on the ball, you know. It's just obviously physically he's not quite what he used to be, and a big part of Rooney's game was the physicality of the man. HSN 786 says Sancho better come. I agree with you, HSN. John Allen says United should have signed Peter Crouch. Won't score many goals, but at least he can do a robot celebration. Absolutely. Nilandri Dutta says hope Ollie can get a right man in. Thank you, G-Wolf. He says smack a like on the channel. Thank you, G-Wolf. I'm only going to stick around for a couple more minutes and then we're doing a FIFA stream later. JP says, will Manchester United end up signing Dembele from Barcelona? Well, maybe if we don't get Sancho, but I hope not. Joseph Misko says, it's a disgrace for the big disgrace these days. If the agent fees ripping money out of the game, it's fucking disgusting and enough is enough. 100% agree, Joseph. Like, there's so much money going out of the game because of these twats. Josh Godby says, can Cavani's agent play centre-back? We'll do a double deal. Good shout, good shout. Wayne Marco says, Pig, what do you make of this Facundo Pelistri player from... Pelistri player from what you've seen of him? I've only seen a couple of little clips. I couldn't really give you much of a basis on him, but he looks like a good young talent. Like we said, great dribbling skills, maybe one for the future. He's a little bit older than the other youth players that we signed this season, which is good for us because maybe he's somebody that could feature a little bit now because he is 18. So that'd be pretty good. Wiggy says Rooney scored a banging free kick for the winner. There you go. Technique, free kicks, they're all going to be the same. We could do a lot worse than David Beckham right now. I'm not even joking, honestly. Jesse Lingard or David Beckham. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd rather David Beckham started for United at his age right now over, or was a substitute option, over Jesse Lingard. Smash 2 for Lingard. It's just proving a point here. Because, look, we saw how David Beckham in that Legends game, watch that versus Bayern Munich last summer, and the technique's not gone. He's still got that technique. It's not gone anywhere. Whereas Jesse Lingard, he didn't have the technique to begin with. He's just a headless chicken. Dan23 says, channel growing nicely. Well deserved. 50k before the year is out. That would be mental, Dan23. That's my goal target for the channel for next year. If we hit 50k by the end of next year, then I am on target. So so I don't know about that one, my friend. It's taken us 7 years to get to 30, but you never know. I'll tell you what you can do to help us. If you're new, subscribe, and you can also share it with your friends and tell them about it too. Nice one. Jacob, we haven't announced it officially, but look, just to give you the run, I'll give you a quick rundown. Guys. Sham 7, Colin Greig, Tonk Nash, Manu Forever, Adovitz, Mark Vu, Denver Red, Colin Greig, Frisbee, Olushani Williams, Vamps Montana, Stephen T.Y. Really, thank you so much, everyone, for getting in it. Let's do the rundown quick. Edinson Cavani will sign a 2-year contract with MUFC tomorrow. He will travel to Manchester United on the night and medicals tomorrow. Contract until June 2022. He will play against PSG on the 20th of October, as long as we get him in before the 5th. Then we can register him in the Champions League. Fabrizio Romano tweeted a little update a little while ago, just simply saying Man United are closing on Edinson Cavani deal. Agreement reached on personal terms until 2022. The last details are to be sorted out about agent fees. They're asking for a huge amount, 10 million euros, and then the deal will be done. So as long as we get the agent fee sorted and pay the money and get the medical sorted, we'll get him. And it's a great opportunity for United. That's what it's seen as. Commercially, it is. It is commercially. We'll see if it is actually on the football pitch, my friends. We'll see if it is on the football pitch. Right, guys. Owen Thukasani says, our financial status is hunting us clubs absolutely ridiculous amounts. Ridiculous, yeah, ridiculous. Joe Richardson says, is this true, Friday Pig? Manchester United are hoping to sign FC Porto left-back Alex Telles on Monday. Talks are expected to go down the wire. Well, look, yes, it is expected, but you know what our board is like, and they can get this guy signed up on pre-contract terms for nothing, £0, €0, in 3 months' time. So it depends. Are they prepared to spend 10 or 15 million euros to get him now to give Ollie the player for the season, or will they get him for free in January and then get him in the summer? True United comments, classic United, back the manager first season, then leave him to hang the following season. Wouldn't be surprised if deluded United fans yell Ollie out at Christmas. Spot on. Get behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's nothing to do with him. He doesn't even want Cavani. I can almost guarantee it. He would much rather a proper top quality centre-back, Jadon Sancho, one for the next 10 years, and another striking option for the next 10 years also. So I agree with you, True United. Thank you for commenting. Welsh Red says, Cavani fails medical for being too fit. Amelie Kwame says, I wish just for a good squad. Felix Brown says, I hope Glazers will not kill Ollie's coaching career. There you go, they could do. This is not backing the manager. They needed to back the manager at this stage. It's repeated the cycle of not backing the manager when we have Champions League football. It's a disgrace. JP, do you think Lingard will win the Ballon d'Or? He might win the Ballon floor. I don't know. But no. Frisbee comments, choose one, Tellez and Cavani or just Sancho. Just Sancho, to be honest. Just Sancho. Tellez, look, we've already got Luke Shaw, we've already got Brandon Williams. Left back's a good position for us to strengthen because we are light in those areas. If you get Tellez in, then you can shunt Brandon Williams over to the right, and then he deputises for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Then you've got Tellez and Luke Shaw on the left. That's plenty enough depth. But without that, you've got Brandon who can play in both areas. You have Fosu Mensah, you have Diogo Dalot, who's obviously going to Milan. You have Ethan Laird. So we have options there. We don't really have options at right wing. The only options we have at right wing are Mason Greenwood, who's brilliant, but he's only 18. You can't expect him to do the business in 50 games this year for us in all competitions. We've also got Daniel James, who's, in my opinion, is just lacking that vision and intelligence that we need as a footballer at United. He's very quick and he's very good at beating people, but that's where it stops for me. And then anybody else is just not right for that position. I know Juan Mata played well the other day there, but I don't like him on a right-wing position. I just don't like it. I don't see what people see in there. He's a good passer of the ball, but I like a flying winger. I like somebody with pace who can beat a man and get down and cut in. And, you know, I like a traditional winger for me personally. But look, we just need Sancho, don't we? He's the star. It's not that we just need Sancho. Actually, what we needed to begin with was a centre-back. Cal Payne says, bring back Eric Jemba. So good. We named him twice. Only joking. Ed, please don't. Daniel Amare Beanie says, I'd rather have Zlatan Ibrahimovic back than Cavani. So would I. And Zlatan's what, like 38 now? I actually genuinely would, because he's still a freak of nature, that guy. So I'm with you on that one, dude. We should have never let him go, really. He should have just been, like, ending his career at United, like 6 years at the club or something like that. Let's have a look. First class gamer, Exeter is, says John. The only club in Dorset, John, is Bournemouth. Bournemouth's the only professional club in Dorset. I'm pretty sure Dorchester Town, and Poole Town are like non-league though, so they don't really count. But no, there's not any good football clubs in Dorset, mate, apart from Bournemouth. Gazamania says, bring back Chicharito. Could do a lot less than Chicha. High Times says, is Demba Ba available? Mate, Demba Ba, remember when he was in the Premier League for Newcastle, we had Demba Ba and Papa Cisse. That was potent. That was potent. Cavani's legs has gone, says CCR. Prahasht, what's going on? Prashant Valab says, what's up, Prashant? Martin Edison, Jonathan Gallagher, Clam J, Bill E, JF Fitness and Health says, we're getting Sancho, I hope so. Bill E says, we need a competent board and qualified directors. Josh Godby says, as an American, just realised that Cavani was almost on his way to the MLS, which I think only fell through because of the dumb financial structure of the league. Bloody hell. Well, there you go, from one retirement league to another for Manchester United. I don't know. Gaz G, Randy Ogar says, Cavani deal. Yeah, it looks like Cavani's coming, my friend. John Allen, Walata 11, he says, there is nothing deluded about calling Ollie out. He is simply not good enough. I think it is deluded because he finished third with a team that should have finished sixth last year. So it's deluded to say he didn't do a good job last year. It is. It's deluded. He did do a good job last year with what was at his disposal. And if he finished sixth this year, that would probably be an acceptable job with what's at his disposal. He needs backing, my friends. He needs backing. No Ollie out. I can't believe anybody's talking about Ollie out right now. Crazy. John Anderson said Cavani for the Champions League, I guess. Nalandri Seacast says, if Sancho signs, will you change the name Flying Sancho United? Good work, mate. Enjoy the community immensely. Nalandri, thank you so much. Great to have you a part of the community. No, I won't be changing it to that. Felix Brown, Daniel Amare Beanie, John Anderson, JP, Jonathan Gallagher, Mooney Heady Official, Gaz G, Colin Greek, Jason Jacob, Brian Tellez. Thank you for loving the hair, mate. John Anderson. He says, hit the like button for Pig's Hair. It's epic stuff. Mark Voot, Portsmouth in Hampshire. Manny Slouflaki, what's going on, Manny? Great to see you, mate. Callie Sperda. He comments, got to sign Upper Meccano for completeness at the back. Totally, mate. That's who we should have been signing. I mean, look, I could say we could all live without getting Jadon Sancho if it ended up if it ended up that we signed Upamecano, Thomas Partey, Alex Telles, and Cavani, and maybe Ismail Assar or something, just as another winger option. We could live with that if it meant getting all those players instead of Sancho. But we can't live with just getting Cavani instead of Sancho. That'd be shit. Manny Slouflacking, great to see you, man. Easy Nwane says, I really don't see anything good about Cavani. He has had a great career, but he's just over the hill and far away now. Jarvis Cocker with a super chat. He says, I'm grateful for Mr. Pig and the Baker Brigade. Always makes me feel welcome and included. The community is one of a kind. You're absolute legends. Come on, United. Jarvis Cocker, man, right in the fields, dude. Of course you're always welcome, mate. You're a legend of the channel. Thank you very much for that, Jarvis. Kyle Shank says, is Slabhead even worth 30 million? 30 to 40 million, 30 to 50 million. He's not worth much more than that, no. We've overpaid for that like we do for a lot of players. Clam J says, bugger the board right in the chuff pipe. Mankashu, is the stream still going? It is, but I'm about to wrap it up. Sorry, you guys keep chatting and it's hard to stop. Comenu Gustavus says, Cavani is a great finisher. Well, yeah, he's going to score a lot of goals if you provide him the chances. Devil of a Red said, just seen a video of Cavani training on Sky. Looked quite fit. Well, that's excellent. Welsh Red says, Cavani will spend most of the season on the treatment table with Phil Jones. Berkey Boy says, I think Tony is a winger, not a number 9. Why don't they give Mason a chance? Exactly. Mason's a natural number 9. Look at his finishing ability and his bow-footedness. He's bloody awesome. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap this one up, folks. Michael Pilgrim, Jarvis Cocker, Gaz G, G-Wall, Shadow Spider, Andrew Perriam, George Best 7, Mrs. P. Cake Bandit, Uchenna Ugwu, Y, Mr. MBG, Stephen Twy, Rachel Warment, says, you look like his brother. My name is Flying Pig Cavani, my friends. My name is Flying Pig Cavani. Thank you for that. First Class Gamer, CCR2971, Brian Tellez, Jason Jacob, Fernando Villa, Berkey Boy. Before you go, guys, Luke Fort, Jim Joe Bobley, Gazamania, Daz Sweet, Colin Grieg, Mark Voot, Shams, Jonathan Gallagher, Mangashu, Devil of a Red, Gaz G, Disco Dave, Daniel Amare Bine, Hayden Alessandro, John Anderson, Philip Chapman, The United Way. 4 likes away from 500, he says. Like the video, people. Get in there. Hoodstar, Matt Rush. Everyone else, thank you so much for getting in here and commenting. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, hit that bell icon to be notified. Before you go, thank you Aaron, Fernando Villa, Waka Sakram, Offwa, Uchenna Ugwu, John Allen, Brian Tellez. Everybody, that's it. Okay, look. Before you go, I want you to fill up the live chat before you go for the next 30 seconds. Fill it up with hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Matty Stallard. Hashtag Glazers out. Colin Grieg. Hashtag Glazers out. Joseph Misko with a super chat. Hashtag Glazers out. He says, do some impressions before you go. Joseph Misko, what are you doing to me, my friend? Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Here's an impression of Ed Woodward. Ready? Here's an impression of Ed Woodward. That's basically him, because he's an absolute bloody jelly brain. He's a jelly brain, this guy. Gabriel Perez says, good sign, he's coming for free. Hashtag Glazers out, come on. Hashtag Glazers out. 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 Daniel Amari. Hashtag Glazers out. Sham7. Hashtag Glazers out. Kayam. Hashtag Glazers out. High Times United. Hashtag Glazers out. Philip Chapman. Hashtag Glazers out. Prince Iwika. Hashtag Glazers out. Waka Sakram. Mark Voot. Colin Grieg. Mangashu. John Anderson. Brian Tellez. Manu Forever. Gazamania. Mrs. P. Sham7. Daniel Amari. Devil of a Red. Mangashu again. Everybody, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much. Keep the hashtag Glazers out's coming. I'll see you on the next one. Stay classy. This is the Pig. Come back in a few minutes' time and comment after this video is finished about your thoughts on the Edinson Cavani signing. Let me know your thoughts on it. Come back in the not live comments and let me know. I think it's a bloody gashtastic gasharama. And if you want to know why, if you're just getting in here, go and watch this video back. But please do smash a like, please do subscribe, and I will see you soon. Stephen T. White, hashtag Glazers out. Hayden Alessandro with another super chat as well. Just like Stephen T. White saying, hashtag Glazers out. All this still coming. Thank you. Great stuff. Okay then, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Have a great evening, everyone. I'll be back in about an hour and 45 minutes for the FIFA 21 episode of the evening. So if you're up, if you're having a late night one like me, then please do get involved with the show. Appreciate every single one of you for watching. Honestly, if you're new, subscribe and all that. Smash a like, all that good stuff. Check out the social channels in the link in the description. Check out flyingpigunited.com and also the Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Flying Pig United, and my personal Twitter's at Mr. Flying Pig HD. That's going to be it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back, let me know your thoughts. There's all my thoughts. And appreciate the heck out of this community. Every single one of you. Unbelievable support. Unbelievable show from you. Bob's Costello says hashtag Glazers out. Nice one. Bill E. Sadic Ramen. Gaz G. Okay, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Time for the end credits. Have a bloody good one. This is the big... Oops, just realised there's a little second on the front and that needs taken off. But either way, this is the Patreon credits for the patrons. Sorry, not the patrons. Yes, the patrons and also tier 2 channel members on YouTube appear on this list. We've added them. But I actually realised I hadn't added the patrons yet, I don't think. So there's a couple of patrons I've got to add, like Seaborn Glacias. Seaborn Glacias and possibly Johnny Malks, I think. But we've added everyone else. So Seaborn Glacias, you get a special verbal shout out as well, because I think I forgot to add a couple of the patrons. I apologise. Red Devil says, we got Cavani, what the F? Yes, mate, rewatch this vid, it's gashtastic. But all these names going down the list right now on your screen, these are the people that support this show on Patreon and also tier 2 channel members by being tier 2 channel members on YouTube. They help me do what I do, so thank you to all these guys. It's just a little thank you to say appreciate it, everyone. You're legends, basically, you're legends. And yeah, everyone else, the best way you can support the show is just to like the vids and share it and get involved with me on the community. Bilal Ahmed, have a great evening as well, dude. Hashtag Glazers out, folks. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. See you soon, guys. I'll see you later for the FIFA stream. Catch you in a bit. Have a good one. And bloody Edinson Cavani, what the fuck?